Hello, adventurers, and welcome back to Saved by the Roll Session 6. My name is Keegan, one half of Love 2 Gamers, and I'm excited to get back into it. If you were with us last session, it kind of ended on a real interesting moment. You can also see, quickly, before we jump to the announcements here, we do have one more face with us. Tom will be playing a special guest today. We'll get to him later on in the game, but that's why he is here with us and, hasn't been on one before. Before we get started, though, let's jump into today's announcements. And I need to pull up my announcements and not my character sheet. First things first, Behind the Roll and Saved by the Roll are on all podcast services. That is iTunes, that is Google Play, that is Stitcher, SoundCloud, any of those places that you can get podcasts on. You can now listen to Saved by the Roll, and you can listen to Behind the Roll. If you go ahead and give us a rating and give us a comment on there, I don't know what to call it, I guess give us a feedback on there. It's greatly appreciated. The first rating we got on the Saved by the Roll one was, "But how deep is the river?" which made me chuckle a little bit on the inside, so I was excited about that. Thing number 2, we are friends and partners with Pop in a Box, and I was going to make a fancy ad today, but me and Tom went apartment hunting, so I didn't really have much time, so I'm just going to give you a straight up blurb of what Pop in the Box is. And Pop in a Box is a subscription box where you can get 1, 2, 3, 6, or 12 pops a month. You can choose the pops you want by thumbsing them up. You're more likely to get those. If you thumbs the pops down, you will never get those. If you don't do any of those, there's a chance you'll get them. You can do it for any fandom. So you can get the classic box, which is every single fandom that's Star Wars, Harry Potter, video games, sports, any pop they've ever made. They did just announce, I think, some new Harry Potter ones, which I'm excited about as a Harry Potter fan. I can't wait to see them. I think they're the Yule Ball collection, if I remember correctly from the email. You can also get a specific fandom, so you can get the, like I said, Star Wars, Disney, animation, so on and so forth. They if you use the code saved-R1, you can save 20% on your first box, which is kind of awesome. So again, that's saved-R1. I have a giant collection behind you guys that you can't see over yonder. I think I have at this point probably 30 to 40 of them. So, yeah, I have a problem, but I have a whole shelf for them. I need to buy a second shelf. Second thing, we are also partnered with Easy Roller Dice. That actually went live the other day. I got the confirmation, yeah. So, if you use the link bit.ly/saveddice, that's SAVEDDICE, you can go in and get your own custom dice. I'm actually going to pull up the website here because they have some really cool things that I wanted to talk about. They have things like dice sets. You can get bulk dice like anything else. Dice bags, dice cups, trays, all the accessories, all the kind of stuff. And they have metal dice. They have plastic dice. You can get single die if you want to. It's really cool. I don't have a dice set myself because this is my first D&D campaign. We're playing online. But I will definitely be picking up one in the future. And if you do buy it, with that link, again, it's bit.ly/saveddice. You will support us because we get a nice little kickback from that if you use that link when you go in and purchase something. So you can help us out, and you can get some cool new dice while doing it, which I'm excited about. I think this is probably the one when it went through. I was like, I need something. I was showing Tim at work the other day. I was like, Tim, I need some dice now. So I'm excited about that. Second to last thing, Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You can subscribe to any one of your favorite Twitch streamers. Hint, hint. Saved by the Roll /L2GamersSTL is a good one to subscribe to because we do Overwatch and we do D&D pretty much every week. So you can check it out there. Again, all you have to do is you have to link Amazon Prime with Twitch Prime. It's very simple. And then when you hit subscribe, it's going to ask you, do you want to do the free subscription? You do have to do it every month. It does not carry over. So if you have not used your free sub for the month, you can give it to us. Sure, why not? And last but not least, you can head over to savedbytheroll.com to catch up on character descriptions, character bios, any episodes you missed of Behind the Roll, our podcast where we talked about what happened in the session before, any episode you missed of the main campaign. So maybe for whatever reason this is the first session you're watching and you like it and you want to go back and watch 1 through 5, those will be up there. We archive everything on there. You can also see links to merch and all that kind of stuff. So that being said, without further ado, I'm excited to jump back into the game, so take it away, DM.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. And welcome, Tom. Let's
Hi.
and
Tom, what'd you think of my intro?
are, are we everybody good for me to start? Does everybody can hear
Was
me and all the
I
connections
was
are
gonna say one thing before we started. When Keegan said we
Uh-oh.
were hunting for an apartment, we're not like I'm not divorcing my wife and marrying Keegan and moving in. Like I was
That
helping
sounds
him
hot.
search for a house. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, carry
You just broke all the ships that could be on the internet, Tom.
on.
Our 13-year-old fans are going to be heartbroken.
Can't shift this.
Anyways,
There's no. I have no port or harbor for you, my sir.
and Tom, yes and yes to your questions.
Okay, thank you.
cool.
All right. So,
So,
where we last left our heroes. Having defeated the night hags of the old bone grinder windmill, our heroes discovered two children held captive upstairs, having been sold to the hags by their own parents. Soon thereafter, they are confronted by none other than Strahd himself, who, after congratulating the party, departed quickly, seemingly granting them safe passage to Vallaki for that moment. Upon arriving to the town, they leave the children in the care of Father Lucian at St. Andrew's Church, where they learn of the recent theft of the bones at the church and are asked to retrieve them for him before the upcoming Festival of the Sun, the Burgomaster's festival being held in 3 days. The local inn, known as the Blue Water Inn, is run by the Mardukov family, Danica, Erwin, Brom, and Bray. Where here they meet Rictavio and I say, dear boy, did someone say my name? The recap. You mind if I have a go at it? The dashing bard who regaled the party with many a tale, all of the while not fooling the monk named Vale, whilst all the others' perception checks did fail. She asked me not to leave, to no avail. I shall return soon from feeding my horse and visiting a friend, which I thought she bought until I saw her follow around the bend. After gaining some trust, we left and fed my tiger, and went back to the inn with me walking beside her. Once we got back and everyone began to retire, Vale once again put my feet to the fire. I am Van Richten, I finally revealed, and it's true, the tome of Strahd I do indeed wield. I will give it to you, to teach Strahd a lesson. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight's session.
can we just like that shit was good. That was good.
Oh man, I don't know if
buddy.
there's a D&D award that we can give you, but
yeah, that was good.
you know, hold on, I got one.
My nipples are hard now. I'm sorry.
Buddy Christ gives you a thumbs up. He's like, that's a good job there. Good job, DM.
Good job.
All right,
Where are we?
so
Okay, there's the map.
Darth Vader gives you a fist pump. Yeah.
I have all my figures over there, so I can't reach. My journal from last week says good job.
do we have anything anybody wants to do before the morning comes? I have 3 bits of business I have for a couple people before morning comes, but does anybody have anything they would like to do
Before bed?
before morning?
Oh, before morning.
Yeah.
No, I
Sleep
was
Okay.
I don't think so.
or rest.
I was gonna say, we've already gone to sleep, and this would be us getting back out of bed, correct?
Yeah, I have a couple of things that happen during the night that I need
Okay.
to do. But if anyone has anything
My-
before then, I'll give you now to
Nope,
do it.
might wait till morning.
Kosef
Okay.
had his thing, correct? On that last session?
That was his dream.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
All right.
Sounds like we're good.
Okay. So, Welly, as
Oh shit.
That face.
consciousness
It's like,
leaves
what?
you. Welly, one of the fondest memories of your great-grandfather was his love of puzzles and his expression of wonderment and joy as he would place pieces of a clock in front of you and watch as you quickly reconstructed the puzzle whole in a matter of seconds. As you drift off to sleep this evening, you dream of one of these moments. This time, as you quickly arrange the pieces back into their intended form, you notice that as you assemble it, each piece seems to interconnect and resembles a lock. As you realize this, another memory reforms. You place the assembled piece in a slot in the wall, and you hear the turning of gears, and a bookcase reveals a secret door you did not know was there. You peer through this door and see a staircase that leads down into a chamber that appears to be a very elaborate alchemy lab. You see your great-grandmother and grandfather working vigorously over some various vials of liquid and interconnecting tubes that seem to imply this was an elaborate mixture being created. You overhear them arguing. It's not a couple's argument, but more of a business disagreement. How are we supposed to make a living if we must keep all of this a secret? We use the storefront as a bakery. That will draw away suspicions and keep us out of the sights as possible targets. We can't maintain our income selling baked goods. Potions are much more expensive. Look, I made a promise to Mordenkainen, and I'm going to keep it. The good of the realm, he said. You were there, you heard him. If what we do now can save the lives of those poor people, we have to. What care do we have of dwarves? Why was he so intent we help? You know him. He never spells anything out completely. He simply said if Clan Vanderstock falls, the realm will know darkness such as it has never seen. At this point, they both notice you've snuck into the chamber and quickly usher you out, doing their best to cover up what you just witnessed. You notice a familiar flask in the hand of your great-grandfather. Can you please make an intelligence check for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smart.
18. As this detail draws your attention, you begin to feel the tug of consciousness pull you away before you are able to investigate or process what you have seen thoroughly. You wake feeling well rested, however, puzzled at this. Ara,
Yes.
when you first went to bed this evening, you thought your thoughts were on Vale and her suspicions about Rictavio. However, you were quickly distracted from this by the soft sobbing you hear from Irina as she cried herself to sleep that night. When you finally find rest, you're given a vision. You see a couple, a male elven cleric and a female elven paladin, both wearing the symbols you recognize now as the Morning Lord on their person, wearing heavy armor bearing the symbol of a dragon. You see them taking up arms against a massive horde of zombies and skeletons, defending their keep against overwhelming odds. As your vision pulls back, farther and farther into the sky, you see the keep as a mansion, and the number of undead descending upon them is immeasurable. You notice the source pouring out of an amber temple on Mount Gacchus. Could you make a wisdom check for me, please?
Will do. Give me a second. Make sure my character's there. Wisdom. Wisdom.
18.
Oh, that's a wisdom save.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just straight wisdom.
Yeah, I'm looking where.
It's just on
On the
the
far
on
left.
the
Yeah,
wisdom.
there we are. Give me a second. I'm.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
8.
Much different.
Yes.
Many much moose in.
Okay. You awaken, feeling well rested and also questioning what this vision means. Okay. And last but not least, Vale. As all of this information is being processed by you and you finally begin to drift off to sleep, another dream comes to you. This time it's evening, and you are once again back in the monastery. You are meditating at the top of a mountain as the sun sets. You're not alone. Beside you sits an ancient gold dragon who is also meditating. You feel in sync with this dragon's breathing. And as you focus on inhaling and exhaling, you feel as though your soul is gliding through the air above you, engaged in some ethereal dance, with the soul of the dragon meditating next to you. This is a lesson, and you are the learner. Through your flight through the air, your mind comes to the realization that you've come to understand how to channel your ki. Through this ability, you gain the power to stun your opponents by using solely your ki. As you awaken, you realize that once again, this was a memory, and your body has recalled how to channel this ability. There's a moment of excitement, followed by frustration, as what this means is still a mystery. But take some small comfort in the realization that all is not lost to you, and in time, you may still regain all of your former knowledge. And can you make a wisdom check for me, please?
Sixteen.
16.
That's a save.
Oh, you gotta do the
That's a
check.
save. You do it. Yeah, you gotta do the check.
Yeah, straight wisdom.
I did the same thing. Sorry.
I can't hear you, Diane.
Is that better? Oh,
Yeah,
I found
I can
it.
hear you now.
I found it.
Better.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Unlike the first time.
You are hit with the realization that your body may be using some kind of defense mechanism to protect your mind. The slow recuperation is a necessity created by your own mind to prevent an overwhelming amount of power from damaging your body, as it is the vessel for your power.
I'm super strong. Sorry.
So, as you guys wake, what do you want to do?
Can I try and get up before the rest of the group? And I know I'm not supposed to take the maps literally, but is that table and chairs right here? Is this actually in the room with us?
Yeah.
Like, can I go sit at that? Okay. I'm gonna take my dwarven ass over there and go sit at the table, and I'm gonna polish up Silverlight, and I'm gonna take out Guardian's Beacon and polish it up, and then put my shield in.
What are
or
you
put my shield
using?
away so
What are you using for polish?
spit, just like cleaning it out. Not necessarily, I guess not polishing, but cleaning it out.
Okay.
So, spit shining it,
Just lick it.
I guess. Yeah, pretty much.
Tastes like chicken.
Never lick your sword, children.
Yeah, don't look it.
Just don't cut yourself.
No promises. So I'm just sitting there in the corner, just
Okay.
cleaning up the Silverlight and just kind of buffing Guardian's Beacon while I'm just sitting there.
Okay. So while you're polishing your swords, does anybody else want to do anything?
When I get up, I'd like to just like check my inventory, make sure everything's with me, just kind of repack and get my myself ready for the day.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah, you're
just
in-
reloading all my stuff and making sure all my weapons are ready to go.
Okay. And you're in the room with Vale. Vale, what are you doing?
Sleeping.
Still sleeping? Okay.
She had a long night.
Yes, she did.
She did.
Okay.
Just for a few more
Uh,
minutes. She'll wake
Torb,
up.
or not Torb, Kaim and Kosif, what are you guys doing?
That's a good question. I guess I'll get out of bed and probably thinking about breakfast right now.
Okay. So downstairs, Danica is already up, and Erwin is already cooking. So if you go downstairs, she can fix you up if that is your desire.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I could go downstairs and see what they got for a meal, and then take a seat.
I'm
Okay.
just sitting here on my bed and I'm practicing my juggling, using my candles, thinking about the night, these events, and just enjoying the camaraderie that I had with the other bard.
Okay. So while you're juggling in there, Torbjorn's in the corner, cleaning his sword,
Polishing my swords.
and Ara, what are you doing?
I would actually like to talk with Arena about what I guess I heard or witnessed last night.
Okay.
If that's possible. I mean, is
Yeah,
it just
he's-
us two, or I thought
Yeah.
it was. I thought somebody else was in the room with us.
It was the girls and guys and separated.
Yeah, it's you and Irina are in one room, Vale and Welly are in the other, and then the other three guys are in the
Oh
room
yeah,
with the four
I
beds.
forgot we had 3 rooms.
Okay. Yes, in character, I would like to ask. So, Irina, what troubles you? Did you sleep well?
Yes, I slept well. I find comfort knowing I am with you, but have some shame in allowing such evils in this world and seeing this group with having the courage to face Morgantha and defy Strahd.
Okay.
Makes me feel useless.
Because you're useless.
Dang.
He yells to the other room. Cause you're useless.
Way to suck.
You see her actually pulling out her father's armor, and actually she's strapping it on and pulling out her father's rapier. and saying a little prayer over the sword and sheathing it in a scabbard and sort of wiping the tears from her face. And she says, "Well, no more. I will fight."
Okay. What experience do you have with a sword?
I have training. I was my father's daughter in many ways, and he taught me well.
Is it a long sword or a short sword?
It's a rapier.
Rapier. Sorry. Yeah. So it's double-handed. Well, it's always good to have another person of arms. Anything that I could do to help you?
This is you are doing enough, my friend. Thank you. Shall we go downstairs?
Yeah, I'm hungry. And I want to make sure I get there before Torbjorn does.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to Kime while he's juggling his candles. Once I'm done polishing my swords.
Mm-hmm.
I go over to Kime and I go, so Kime,
Aye.
where were you guys going last night? What was? I saw you and Vale and Aura start walking out the tavern.
Well, we were trying to be sneaky, boy.
My bad.
Well,
I didn't know.
it only works so well. It's okay. No harm, no foul. I was just trying to follow Vale, protect her. I have no idea what she was up to.
Gotcha.
I'd like to speak to
just
her
got
this
a little
morning if
worried.
possible over some bacon.
Gotcha. I got a little worried when I saw half of us going out there into, again, a land we don't know much about, and just wanted, to see if I was being left alone again.
I just wanted to make sure she wasn't left alone. You're thinking the same thing I was. We just had much different approaches.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's go get some breakfast, eh?
Okay. Let's go.
How do I go downstairs to get breakfast?
Click and drag straight
Oh,
down.
okay.
Yeah, just
Oh, there it is.
Downstairs layer.
Okay.
As I go down, by the way, I wanna give Danica. I go up to her. Is she here somewhere? I can't see. Is she at the bar? I'd assume. I don't see a token for her, but
It doesn't matter. Just roleplay it.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'd go to give Danica. I have the 4 eggs and the 2 dead chickens I took from the windmill, and I just hand them to her and say, "For your hospitality, I just want to give you these and make a nice hearty breakfast for my compadres here."
Okay. Cool.
So 4 eggs and 2 chickens.
All right.
Chicken.
The whole family.
Chickens. How do I delete something from my inventory? I found it.
Edited. And
Yep. Got it. And
Gotta
then
move them
hit the lock. and
that
then
little
delete.
lock down at the bottom.
Yep, I got it.
And then you should be able to delete it from there.
Cool.
Vale's awake now.
Vale's like, oh, me too.
Food,
Okay,
man.
yeah, so
Food.
it's the common denominator for everybody.
boys are also
food.
downstairs, helping out in the kitchen. Danica gratefully takes the chickens and the eggs and takes them in the back. And I guess you guys are having eggs for,
Chicken.
for breakfast.
Vale can't figure out how to get downstairs.
Click and drag your token over top of the tavern.
How much did you have to drink last night, eh?
Yeah, so you want to just go down to the layer, the downstairs layer, which is a little bit downstairs. Or down of the.
Down to the south.
I got you, Vale. I'll take you down.
Okay, I can't do it.
All right. So
That's okay. We had troubles getting upstairs last night or
I'm
last time.
having
So.
issues.
should be good now.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
We're all here.
Yay! I'm just at this point just chomping down on my my food.
As
Okay,
we're
so as
eating.
You know, just-
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is there a moment where during this time I can sneak over to Vale and whisper talk quietly, or is that not really possible in this room?
I mean, it's a bar, but
Okay.
it's kind of empty. You guys are. There's not that many people in here yet. It's not really open for business per se. It's just, she's feeding the people that are staying there.
Okay.
So they don't open. They don't open for breakfast, but they'll open in a bit for, to serve drinks. Once it gets closer to lunchtime.
Okay. Well, I'll sit next to her for a moment and just be like, I saw you leave last night. Tried to follow. You doing okay this morning?
Yes, I am 100% okay. No need to worry anymore.
Don't sneak off again. We want to make sure you're safe. Let us
I
know.
appreciate that.
Let some of us help you. We have sneaky people in our group,
Well, the sneakiest one went to bed early, so I just took it upon myself to do the sneaking.
We'll talk later.
Sounds good.
As you say this, you see Rictavio actually come in from outside.
Rictavio, good morning.
At this, I turn and go, Rictavio!
Hello! How are you, my dear folks?
Good morning.
Fine
my-
morning this morning, yes?
Yes. Would you like some bacon?
Eggs.
I'll find
Quite
bacon.
right.
Vale makes bacon.
Actually, if I could have a moment with the your monk friend there, I'd
Oh,
most appreciate it. Vale, do you have a sec? We could possibly have a moment.
Yes. Yes. I do have a moment.
Vale and Rictavio sitting in a tree. Kissing.
he's a bard. He's charismatic. He's handsome. What can I say? Us bards.
He
We have
goes
a
to
way
the
with the
bar.
ladies.
He goes to the bar and picks up a few apples and he says, if you wouldn't mind, I need to feed Drusilla. Perhaps you could follow me there. We could have a chat.
I can accompany you. Yes.
Perfect. Wonderful. So, he grabs the apples and gestures for you to follow to the stable, which is directly in the back here. I'll move you there.
Thank you. I'm having trouble with this whole movement thing.
And for some reason, I lost Rictavio.
He's still in the bar.
Yeah, he's there.
He's in the doorway. Of the
Okay,
bar,
there we are. Okay.
Right above.
He's
right
behind.
above Wally.
Something. Okay. All right. So once you guys are in the stable and he feels like the coast is clear, he pulls out the tome of Strahd and he hands it to you and he says, "Now, dear, you must be absolutely careful with this. If he were to find you have this, he would stop at nothing to take it back."
It's that powerful.
It means that much to him. It's basically his diary. It's a journal.
Oh, wow.
It holds great power. Show it to no one. Trust no one.
What about the people in my group? Can I trust them? I mean, we're all going towards the same goal.
If you can trust them to be quiet about it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Realize if he finds out you have it, he will attack relentlessly until he has it.
Okay. I'll keep it secret and safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
And one more thing, dear, and I do hope you forgive me for this. And Vale, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh dear, not again. Saving throw?
Mm-hmm. $15
15.
versus a DC.
Whoa, hello.
Hello.
that is a description, my friend.
Throw.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
Oh dear God.
So, on a DC 16, that is the DC you need to save.
Woohoo!
So he says, sorry, my dear. I had to try. I didn't think it would work, but can't have everyone knowing I'm Van Richten.
She got a 15, David, not a 16. If it's a DC 16, she failed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, I just want to make sure you
he
knew.
does succeed, and he's just one thing, dear. If you would,
Keeping him honest.
feel free to remember everything I told you, with one exception. I introduced you to Rudolf Van Richten. I am not Rudolf Van Richten. We can make that little modification in your memory. I'd be most grateful. And as a little thank you for that, Vale, anything your mind finds suitable to remember without doing any harm, I'd like to unlock that for you now.
Oh dear, what does that mean?
I'll give you a description of that later.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Oh boy.
That
Yeah.
sounds hot. I mean,
You feel a surge of power and just sort of that memory slightly modifies in your recollection that he isn't Van Richten, but he introduced you to him, and that's how you got the tome. So that's what you firmly believe now, and I will give you a in-depth description of what you recall now
Okay.
later. All right. So he hands it to, he hands you the book, and you now have it. Do you read it, or do you want to wait till everyone's together?
Well, I don't want to read it out in the open with nobody around. For sure.
Mhm.
I'd probably, if I was going to read it, I'd probably want to take it back to at least where everybody is, or up to the room that I was staying in.
Okay. All right.
I need-
So as the memories wash over you, and you realize he did something, you don't remember the modify memory, him casting it, but he sort of modified your memory to believe that he okayed it with you, and that he did this for this purpose of unlocking a memory for you.
Okay.
All right. So you now have the tome, and he says, shall we head back inside?"
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. So I'll move you back in. Dale, on your way back in from around, you catch a strange man sort of lurking and keeping an eye on the inn. He sort of stands out because he has a sort of mutated arm and is very imposing looking fellow. You just
Quasimodo.
happen to notice with your passive perception that he's keeping an eye on the inn.
Okay.
And you
I
also
feel like these episodes should be called the
also
Veil
notice
Stories.
that there's quite a bit of townsfolk actually that keep glancing towards the inn too, and that there's a little bit of a buzz going on about town.
Okay. I want to. Let's see. I think I want to inform people about what I saw about the dude and let them know that there's more activity going on. So I guess I'm approaching at least Ara and Kaim and Torbjorn.
Okay. So as you guys are finishing up breakfast, Vale comes back in and says the things.
I get
Says the thing.
I get Kaim and Ara and Torbjorn's attention.
Oh, hey.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So it's
Bacon.
coming. So it's coming back inside. Two things. I noticed that the town is very active and there are lots of people milling about. But also, there was one person in particular who caught my attention watching the inn. He was very noticeable because he had something wrong with one of his arms. And he's just big. And
Wrong in the sense he's been attacked, or wrong in the sense of something magical? Like,
a part of his arm is it's mutated. It's a David. He just struck me as someone interesting, especially with the way he kept watching the inn. But I kind of also noticed that the townspeople are watching the inn a little bit too. Like, they're wary of it or something. I don't know.
they just know the party's here. We're in town.
As Danica starts getting the plate, she says, You guys have caused quite a commotion in town. Everyone is talking about the destruction of the mill.
So everybody knows, eh?
It's a small town
Do they
and
know
there
it?
are very few strangers.
Are people happy about that? That's the real question.
To be rid of Morgantha? Yes.
Good.
The man you speak of sounds like Isaac, the henchman for the burgomaster. You've probably gained his attention.
In a good way or a bad way?
His attention is never good.
Oh, fuck.
I agree with Torby. Welly,
Ah,
are you hearing all,
Ah.
are you hearing all this?
loud and clear.
You want to take a peek? Maybe from upstairs?
Yeah, I do.
See where he's at, see what he's doing. Shout if you need anything. I've got my ear out.
DM, Did Danica say they noticed us? Like they know that it's us that saved the windmill, or they just know that the strangers in town and that the story of the windmill is going on?
Well, you did tell anybody who was listening at the bar last night that you saved.
I just want to be clear.
Witches and saved the windmill. So yeah, like people are pretty sure it was you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, Welly, you're looking out from the top. I'm going to just show it to everyone.
Hi, Isaac.
Him shortly, but the handouts, you see this man from across the way staring occasionally glancing at the windmill, sort of, I mean, not the windmill, I'm sorry, the inn. And he's, it looks like there's, well, let's make a perception check for me.
Yeah. Perception. Where the heck did it just go? I don't do well.
Oh.
6. Okay. Oof. So he seems like he's by himself.
I don't like that response.
You don't see anybody else.
DM, you said he was where? Just outside?
It seems like he's, yeah. It's basically like if you told a rock to be stealthy.
Would I potentially be able to stealth my way outside and around to see if I can get any closer without like him noticing me?
I will certainly let you try.
Sweet. Cool. Stealth check.
Please.
Much better.
Jesus.
Much better.
For all intents and purposes, he has no idea.
Could I potentially investigate him? Like, just investigate what's going on, or like if I look around while I'm being sneaky?
Sure. I'll allow it. Jeez.
You get a +10. Jesus.
Okay. So what you gather is that he is someone of some importance in the town, actually. And it looks like there are several guards at his beck and call, waiting for his command. Doing a much better job of stealthing than he is.
Okay, so all intents and purposes, they're just kind of hanging back, but like staying very attentive to him.
Yes.
Okay.
You gather he was
Secret
probably
Service.
sent to keep tabs on the new strangers in town.
Cool. So as long as we keep Torbjorn from throwing any fits, we'll be fine. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay.
I don't think I've thrown a fit yet.
Hey, what's going on?
Stab!
That's what I would have done. Well, yeah, that one was a whole different ballgame, but the what's going on is fair.
Okay, so I go back inside and let them know, like, big dude's not alone. He's got some guards. So as long as we keep ourselves pretty under the radar at this point, we should be okay.
Who do you say that to?
Oh, I mean, we're all in the same room, so I walk back up to everybody.
Okay.
Does anybody want to go check on the children? Besides Torbjorn?
Yes.
I would love to.
I believe we have business there too.
I was gonna say, can I, while Welly was outside investigating the dude, could I have taken Kosov upstairs? Would that have been a long enough time to have a conversation, or no?
Oh boy.
I mean, it'd be enough to start one, but
Okay, that's all I need. I don't. It wouldn't be an in-depth one.
okay.
So I approach Kosef and Kosef, do you have a minute? I have a question to ask you about something.
Of course, go ahead, Torp.
Can we go upstairs back to our room so we can do it in private?
Uh, yeah, if you feel more comfortable that way, sure.
I go back up to the room. Whoop. Oh God. Ugh. Kosef, you seem to have a good head on your shoulders. You summoned a fucking horse in a land that seemed to have no light. You seem to know we should have gone into the witches, and I've seen magic before in my day, but I've never seen something quite as strong as the what I've seen in you. So I want to right now. I'm kind of in awe of you, and I want to ask your help in something.
Okay, sure.
I reach into my bag. I pull out the tome. What is the tome? Fuck. Tome of Clear Thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I present it to Kosef. I know you saw this, I believe, first time I pulled it out, but I'd like to have your help in deciphering this and kind of help me understand what this is. Again, I feel like your knowledge of magic would be very helpful in this situation.
I'm honored that you thought of me. I'm unsure how I can assist with this, but maybe if we take a look at it, we can figure it out.
I'm not the brightest of people, so education reading not great. So I might need your
Well,
help to understand what's on these pages.
well, don't let the armor fool you, son. I'm not the sharpest stick in the drawer either. But I'll see what we can make of it. Okay? Of
Thank you, I appreciate it.
course.
And I put it back in my bag,
We're
and
together right now, aren't we? I mean, anything I can do to assist you, I know you'll be there for me as well. Correct?
that is true. You've shown don't tell the others this, but you've definitely shown that you know right versus wrong, and I will do anything as of right now that you say. I've got your back 100%.
That's really high praise. I would just say, maybe watch the others a little closer because they're making some pretty good decisions too. So we're in good company, Torb. But yeah, I appreciate your compliments.
I feel that the others don't understand me though. I kind of I I feel like I make one mistake after another between what happened to Doru to being up in a tree with during the bear fight to not having my armor on. I kind of feel judged by the others, and I don't get that sense from you that it may have bugged you, but I don't get the sense that you care about that, if that makes sense. It's more you kind of let it fly off your shoulders.
I think what you notice is that I've learned to be patient over the years.
I greatly appreciate that because I know I can be a handful sometimes.
No,
And
so can we all. I
can I give you? Oh, go ahead.
I would say I assure you though, the others are probably more accepting of you than you think.
I go in to try and give Kosef a hug. Do you accept it? I guess I hug your waist, or try to hug your waist.
So while that is going on, the man Isaac that you guys were talking about and worrying about he's walked into the bar, and you see him like sort of lumber up, and it looks pretty intimidating. And his he has an arm that is looks like a devilish mutation. it's, I mean, you can see some of it there, but you also the thing that probably is the most disturbing is that he has lost his composure and cannot seem to take his eyes off of Irina.
Oh shit.
Like he's sort of in disbelief a little bit.
Is this something we all are noticing?
I need everyone to make a perception check.
Okay.
Aw.
Me,
Have,
I assume me and Tim are still upstairs while this is going. Why he comes in, right? That's what
Yep,
you're saying?
yep.
Okay.
Woo!
Give me a second. It's not letting me select my character for some weird reason. There we go. And
Yeah, I would say everyone that's made a check so far notices.
I'm a good friend with a nice
was that
coat.
6 before, or oh no, that's from now. Okay, well you're I don't know what you're doing. But you're not paying any attention to that.
She
Oh,
may
he's
be
at a
sneaky,
table.
but she can't see shit.
Yeah.
I'm as
She saw
dense
She
as a
saw a
bag of
butterfly go by.
Just don't ask her to perceive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's sort of, and then so after this sort of moment passes, he says, he tells everyone, my boss, the burgomaster, he would like to see you.
Oh, we were told we could speak with him at some point. Yes. Who are you, my good man, with the nice coat?
I am Izek Strasny. I work for the burgomaster. I am his right hand.
Oh, wonderful to meet you. Isaac? What was it? I'm sorry. It's wonderful to meet you. Are we to meet him later today? Is there an appointment we should make?
You should follow me now.
Well then. Okay. Sounds like we don't have a choice in the matter. Am I right?
What's going on?
Say what? I think you just broke Bertrand.
Sorry. It totally caught me off guard. Oh my god. I can't. Sorry. All right. Are we? It sounds like we must go now. Is it certain ones of us, or are you looking for the whole party?
He's looking at how many of you are there, and he's like, "Are there some missing?" I was told there were 6.
Our friends are nearby.
Are we headed down at this point?
As I say, do we join?
Yeah, where's your conversation at this point? I guess.
Just upstairs.
No, I mean like
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we're
so
timeline.
do you guys finish up? Do you head back now?
I would
have
yeah.
when we're done talking.
Okay.
After my awkward attempt to hug Kosif, I would have been like, well, come back down. I do a cartwheel down the stairs, by the way.
So as you guys
Just
are heading down, you see this very large man with a mutated arm, sort of, standing at the door, sort of waiting, and he kind of looks in your direction as you guys are descending. He's there is everyone.
And who are you?
I am Izek Strasny,
Bless you.
right hand to the burgomaster. My boss, who would like to see you. And again, his
I turn
eyes
to the rest.
go back to Irina.
Oh. I turn to the rest of the group and say, "Are you guys been talking to him? Are we going? What's happening?
Lead the way, good sir.
What about the kids and the bones and weren't we going to the church?"
We'll go soon.
It'll wait.
Okay.
The burgomaster wants to see us.
We told the priest we'd be there in the morning. So how I turned to Ismar or Ismek
Isaac.
and ask him how long Ezek. Sorry, too many E's words. Do you know roughly how long he'll need us for? We have a prior engagement that we promised to another person in town. I know it's the burgomaster and he's a big deal here, but I don't want to let.
I would
this
not
other
keep
person
him
down.
waiting long, friend.
Long as in like 2 hours, or long as in I should probably
Alright,
go now.
all right,
Long
yeah,
as in, we should probably go now.
Cool, got it. Hey guys, we
Lead
should
the
probably
way,
go now.
Lefty.
God.
Do you say that to him?
No, I'm just joking.
And he pulls out a sword and becomes Strahd himself and strikes down Aura.
Nate, be very careful.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm joking. That was me, not character. I'm pretty quiet character-wise. Okay. Onward. Let's take us to your leader.
Meanwhile, while we're walking, is he leading the way?
Yep.
I would like to, because he was eyeballing, what's her name? I don't have my notes.
Irina.
Irina? Yeah, Irina.
Yep.
He was eyeballing her, and I noticed that you said with my
Mhm.
perception check. Okay. I'm going to, as we're walking, just, do you know this man?
No, I've never met him in my life.
He seems to know you.
He is disturbing to me.
I think he's disturbing to everyone, my dear.
No, I mean the way he looks at me. It gives me the creeps. I only know one other person that looked at me like that.
Let me guess, he has an affinity to bite things?
You have a talent for understatement, my friend.
It's what I do best. But you know that I understand you. We've got you. Don't worry.
Okay, so
While we're traveling, does this draw attention to us even more than that was already there?
like
Because
as
clearly
you
we're
guys
following. Clearly
are
we're going with
through
yeah,
town
we're going-
and
Like parading.
well, Isaac is leading, but like kind of as you guys are going behind him, he's not even looking back. He's just assuming you guys are going with him, and that assumption is also because he has like 8 people guards behind too that are kind of just watching and making sure you're going. So
Cool. As we're walking, initially I just lean. Do I notice the guards? I assume.
I would say
at
with
this
the
point?
16 passive perception, you notice that they're not following you,
Okay.
but you notice that he has people that are constantly. You have eyes on you
Watching.
everywhere, but there are eyes that are on him, and those are the people that you are paying attention to.
I turn to the guards and just kind of wave at them, just like hi, as I'm following him along.
Okay. All right. So as you approach the burgomaster's mansion, this
Just let me
mansion
take a break.
has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. There are guards. The guards at the front door sort of part when they see Ezek coming and see that you are in tow. You guys going in?
Oh,
Yeah, we came this far, might as well.
Yeah.
I suppose.
We don't really have a choice. I perceive.
I mean,
We could
we
fight
have
the
a
entire
choice,
city.
but I feel like the opposite, the other choice is to get into combat with pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to do. Even Torbjorn knows when it's not smart to do that.
So Isaac just walks in.
When we walk or when we go past the guards at the entrance, can I see some sort of? Are they wearing anything that covers their face, or can I see their faces?
They're just people. It's not that like.
Okay. Are they giving us any sort of look?
Nope.
Like a disdain look, or
No.
Just
They
there's disdain.
They just know that there are people coming
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
kind of just getting out of the way.
Typical
And-
apathetic guard look.
Yeah. I picture, I don't know, those guards in England.
Yeah.
Isaac just
Pip Cheerio and shit.
walks like through with like having no manners whatsoever. So the maid just sort of comes out and just holds the door so that someone's polite. It's just not Isaac's just not that guy. He's basically, like I said, he's a rock that you send to hit things. That's all.
Is he a rock lobster?
All right.
Maybe.
Rock
You
lobster.
just gave him 50 more hit points. Thanks.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any more hit points. Why don't you guys go ahead
Are
and
we-
walk into the?
Are we supposed to be
through the
seeing
front
anything,
there?
David? Because I have a black screen.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't see anything.
Black screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I see my tokens, but I don't see anything else. I zoomed out to
You
see if I was
should
missing something.
see-
I didn't.
I see my character, and that's it.
Yeah, I see my character, and I just see a black rectangle.
I got the same thing. Yeah.
I love Roll20.
It wouldn't be an episode of Saved by the Roll if we didn't have one technical issue happening.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think every episode has had something. Last episode, we had to restart.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, there we go.
That looks hot.
It looks like a wall of black.
Yeah, I
It's
got
'cause
the
we
same
can't
thing.
see inside the house.
Go
Oh, I know.
down. If you scroll all the way down, you should be able to see the ground floor.
Yeah. Do we want a marching order going in?
I mean, it's
Like,
not
who's
that.
going in first?
Okay.
I don't think that really important because, yeah.
I just know Torbjorn would not go in first.
I would.
Is why I'm saying it.
I'll go right behind him.
Okay.
Not worried.
Yeah, once I see Kaim and Kosov go, I join.
Okay. As you guys enter the hall, framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls.
Bundle.
Do I notice?
The maid
And say,
says,
oh,
"Excuse us for the mess. We are preparing for the festival."
what are these twigs used for?
Wood.
It is for the festival. You will see.
Okay.
And then, so Tom, I'm assuming you're in your normal, in your traditional spot in the den.
Tom, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Make sure you're not muted.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Or in the
Yeah.
gallery. Sorry, you're in the upstairs gallery.
Mhm.
Okay. So the maid asks if you would follow upstairs to the galley, which is going to be up these stairs, and then you're going to come up. Okay, I'm going to just put you over when you
Okay,
get
you're
there.
moving us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
No, don't move.
I'm not moving. Holding tight. Oh, hello. I'm gonna zoom out though.
So just bear with me. It's going to be black there for a moment.
Okay.
Cool.
That's what she said.
Tom's hanging out in the dark, guys. It's like real life. He's a real vampire.
I attack the
He's
darkness.
British and shit. Pip pip cheerio and shit. And cut my
Thunder,
wrists and
thunder,
black my eyes.
Thundercat. Oh.
And then the maid leads you to the parlor. So let me move you guys there, or not the parlor, the gallery, where the burgomaster is. So as you climb the staircase climbs 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery that continues toward the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and red silk drapes cover a 10-foot-tall arched window of leaded glass.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's like 5 Torbjorns.
So
It's like 4. Actually.
you are led to the gallery where
I see a man at a desk.
you do see a man at a desk. Tom, if you would, go ahead and describe to everyone what they see.
What am I looking at for that? Or do you just want me to talk about myself?
You just talk about how you look.
Okay. So I am Baron Vargas Vallaki. I have a sort of frowned features, wisps of hair. They are long, but also bare in various areas around my head. So I'm
Kind of like Filch style from Harry Potter.
Kind of like, people who have long hair but are balding.
Mm-hmm.
That. And I obviously am dressed to the nines as a fabulous gent should be.
And on both sides of him is a very large mastiff on each side of him. And Isaac comes up and he says, "I got them for you, boss."
Ah, Isaac. Thank you so very much. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hi, sir.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Everyone's doing okay. Was the journey all right? I know Isaac can be a little bit, how do you say, not that talkative, but was everything okay? Did you find the place all right?
We just walked and we had lots of people staring, but good to be here.
Of course you would. You are the heroes. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. You are the heroes, the ones that took down those wretched hags for me. I really do appreciate that work. In fact, you've come just in time. I really would like for you to be my special guests of honor at the festival I'm throwing.
Special how?
Oh, just as the people that took down the hags, I believe that you should have a seat with me at the front of the festival and enjoy all of the festivities. What else?
It doesn't sound too bad to me.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Will there be alcohol?
Will there be bacon?
Oh, all manner of things. All will be very well, I promise.
You know this land very well. How deep is the river?
An odd question.
We have an affinity for a river. Some might call us the Bithymetric bunch.
Well,
For those of you who don't know English, bathymetric is the measure of how deep bodies of water are.
If you can't fathom it.
I do. I do
Backwards
approach.
leagues
I do,
Suddenly, Strahd appears and kills you all.
Everyone, good game, everyone.
Good game, everyone.
Can't wait
I'd like
to
to thank
reroll a new
the
character.
I approach the. As I approach the burgomaster and just go, "Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Bob.
What was that again?
Bob.
Can I smack him?
Bob
Yes, you can.
Hinderstadt.
Well, nice to meet you too, Bob. And who else do we have here? I'd love to learn everybody's name since we're going to get so well and acquainted.
Well, might I introduce myself as actually myself? My name is Caim Avenile. It's wonderful to meet you.
Just to go back to that 1 second, what do you mean as actually yourself?
This little turd here is just being a little turd, if you don't mind my meaning. Have you ever heard the
What are
name
you
Bob?
talking about?
Is that even a name? That's what you do inside of a
he's-
river when you're floating. You bob.
Is it with you people and rivers?
I don't know.
Anyway. Well, who else is a part of this party of yours? We have Bob and what was your name again, sir?
Caim. My name is Caim
Caim.
Avenile.
Caim, pleasure to meet you. And who else do we have here?
Got
I
Welly the
am.
Rogue.
Oh, go ahead.
That's it. I'm Welly.
Nice to meet you, Welly.
I am Latrine. You may call me
Trine.
Ara. Latrine.
More rivers. Yes. Right. Who else?
I'm Vale.
Hello, Vale. How are you, sweetie?
Don't call me sweetie.
I like this one. And then there's one more gentleman over there.
My name is Kosef.
Pleasure to meet you, Chris.
The pleasure's mine.
So, well, thank you. So, I wanted to thank you first and foremost for that business over in the mill, and I just wanted you to appreciate what we have here in my lovely town of Vallaki. So, I don't know how much you really know about this town, but we're a very happy town. Everything is always well, and we like to remind ourselves of that. So, every so often we throw a festival. It's just a fun little thing that we do. We get together, we're all happy, and everything is well. So this festival, I've decided to call the Festival of the Blazing Sun. So I do hope that you will be my guests of honor at that festival this 3 days from now.
How often?
I think we'd love to. I was going to ask if there's any responsibilities that, as guests of honor, that you need us to fulfill.
The only responsibility I would have for you is to do exactly the same as I do and just make sure that everybody knows that all will be well.
I see.
You seem to be a very joyful fellow.
Oh, yes, yes. Why would one be in misery all the time when one can just put a happy face on and enjoy this beautiful bounty that we have in this wonderful town?
It sounds wonderful. In this dreary land, a little happiness can go a long way.
I am so glad you agree. Do you have anything that you could bring to the festival? Any individual skills?
Oh,
We have children.
good.
Children, you say? Good.
I hear they're required.
Children are required. Absolutely, yes. There was one other thing that I thought you might be able to do for me, since, we do have some time until the festival, and since you guys have proven yourself as so very trustworthy. Izek has been doing a little investigation for me, but as you can imagine, Izek is not very stealthy. You may have noticed him coming when he came to get you. So what I thought you fellows might, and ladies, sorry, what you might be able to do for me is, could you please help me with a case that I'm currently undergoing of a few folks that have gone missing in my presence?
Missing how? Why? I have lots of questions. How?
Sure.
Let's start with how. Yeah, who and how and why.
Absolutely.
Let's go that order.
So over the past week, I seem to have lost my butler and also the Baroness's lady-in-waiting. Izek has been trying to sort of, scuffle bits and pieces of information here and there. He's just not doing very well at it. And since you folks did so well at taking care of those witches, I figured you might be able to help me locate them.
Boss,
DM, do I believe him?
I smashed everything I could find. I could not find them.
I know, Isaac. It's okay. It's okay.
You wanna roll a insight?
Yeah. Do I believe that he has no idea what's going on with these people?
Roll an insight check.
So insight. 13. Fuck.
You believe that he actually has no idea where they are and what happened to them.
Okay.
Did Isaac just say he smashed everything he could find?
Yes.
Fucking shit, man.
He's a rock. He has to rock to investigate.
Isaac, did you smash anything important?
I smash whatever I find. They're not under it. I keep looking.
You could be a
when you carry a
useful
large
resource.
hammer, everything looks like a nail.
I must look like a peanut then.
Isaac, is there a river nearby, and how deep is it?
Burgomaster, did either you or Isaac gain any leads or any starting points for us that we could begin with?
Honestly, not particularly. They just seem to have vanished into thin air. Isaac hasn't been able to find much of anything, but I'm sure if you asked around, you might be able to find some helpful hints here and there.
Alrighty.
Your butler went missing.
Mm-hmm. The Baroness's lady in waiting.
Would you mind if we took a look at her room to see if there's anything, or have you already had it searched?
Well, I don't think Isaac necessarily did the most thorough job, so absolutely.
All right. Welly, you want to come with me?
Yeah.
Isaac, would you like to lead the way and not smash the door? I'll let you smash other things, boy. If you want to come with us, you'll be very useful.
Follow me.
You got it.
So, he leads you to the servants' quarters, which are actually downstairs. So who's going with Isaac? Isaac?
Me. Welly goes.
I'm
She
staying
wants
upstairs.
to go and investigate.
While this is going on, I kind of try to, as best I can, to whisper in Kosov's ear and not have the burgomaster hear, and just say, Kosov, should we tell him about the bones at the church? It is his town.
I hear it though.
You're making an effort for him not to hear you, yes?
Yes, I make an effort for him not to hear me.
I would say you'd have to roll perception for that, and roll high. Tom.
Let's try.
Roll that perception check and get a shitty roll, please. I was debating on blurting this out or not, and I was like, I want to be stealthy about whether I want to say this to you or not. That's why I was like, a second ago.
You need help, Tom? Or you
Yeah,
got
can
it?
you roll it? I have the black screen
Yeah,
situation.
I got you.
No, I do have it. Here we go.
Yeah, just click perception in the character sheet. It should roll for
on
you.
the left.
You may not have 3D dice
Alphabetical
for that.
list on the left. Second one down.
His pass is of 12. Oh, here. I'll do it for you.
I don't even see it on it.
18.
Fuck.
You don't
He heard me.
you don't hear it.
Oh no. Yes.
Oh.
Oh. I assume Kosov hears it though. Obviously.
About the bones? Yeah, I mean, you're making
Yeah,
an effort
okay.
to whisper to him and no one else. He needed
Okay.
a 19.
Oh, thank God.
Torgard, sometimes it's best not to let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Maybe we should collect more before we connect those dots for the burgomaster.
As he does this, I would just look down at my hands. Okay. Yeah, just...
Oh, man.
I do not get your analogy, but... Okay.
Kiss.
Okay, so I have Kaim, Wally, and Izek downstairs, and everyone else is upstairs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone okay with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Nate, did
Isek leads you guys to the quarters, and Wally and Kaim, you guys see the servants' quarters, which this room contains 4 simple beds and an equal number of plain wooden trunks.
Oh,
Let's get investigating, huh? Isak, you mind?
Go right ahead. I can smash whatever you need me to.
no, thank you.
Maybe soon.
All right.
All right, roll investigation.
Yep, both of you.
Right.
Or
What? 19.
19 and 26.
Wow.
after thoroughly investigating the room, you don't find any evidence that may indicate what may have happened to them.
Mm.
At least not in this room.
Isak, was there any other places that she may have been or spent time or may have gone missing?
I mean, she cleaned the whole house. Anywhere in the whole house, really. I smashed everything I could find that was outside the house, and they weren't there, so maybe the house.
All right.
We could go room by room.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We're gonna have to. You know, at least if we can try to find some sort of clue, it'd be the best we could. Just hit all the main quarters there.
Okay. While you guys are starting a room-to-room sweep downstairs, what are you guys doing upstairs?
I was gonna see if I notice anything on the desk that has like papers or anything that has writing essentially on it.
I mean, make a perception check.
Come on, baby. Fuck.
10. I mean, so I don't think I gave you a description here. So where you are is his den. There's padded chairs and couches lining the walls of the cozy carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. So on the desk, nothing stands out to you with the 10 perception.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go walk up to the bear and just kind of stare at it.
Okay. It just has this it's like a mid-snarl, meant to look ferocious. You get the impression it's there to look intimidating.
I assume it's like a taxidermy style bear.
Exactly.
Cool. I'm just kind of standing there just looking at
Vale is looking at you like you're crazy.
it. Wow. That is standard procedure at this point.
And I noticed that he's looking at the bear and chime in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to hide that. I literally walked to the side of the room and just looked up at it.
Very impressive, isn't it, young Bob?
It is. It's a sight to behold. Where'd you get it? Where's this come from?
Oh, well, see that. Isak had a little too much to drink one day and thought that he could fight one without any weapons just to see what would happen. And, well, that happened.
That's impressive. So what you're saying is we probably shouldn't piss him off.
Yeah, he is impressive in certain ways and very, very disappointing in others.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, I'm sure you've noticed he's not the Smartest.
As he says this, you hear this loud crash from downstairs.
The fuck?
In case.
Oh, like that.
Not in there either, boss.
Cue Isaac. Any of you care for any refreshments? Would you care to maybe assist your friends in trying to find the lost people I told you about? Or do you just wish to hang out with me?
I pull out my whiskey honey flask and start drinking and go, I got my own already. You want some?
I think I'll save it for the festival, but thank you, brother.
Yeah, and I just swig it.
No, I don't feel like I have any more questions or business here in the study. We should probably go assist.
Yes.
Same.
So, I'm not gonna have you guys roll for every room. Just give me 2 rolls each investigation.
So I go back just staring at the bear.
Everyone gives 2 rolls of investigation.
2 rolls. Investigation.
Well,
it's gonna be a lot of rolls. I'm gonna wait till everybody's done. I'm below 9.
Taylor's not good at investigating.
Joseph's not either. -1.
Neither is Torbjorn.
At least I rolled high.
All right, so you guys, throughout the kitchen. So as you go, here's what I'll do. I'll start.
I spend more time drinking
and
than
describe
investigating.
to you each room as you go.
Cool.
Through the kitchen, a cook wearing a white apron over a black smock busies himself in his warm, well-appointed kitchen. A staircase in one corner climbs to the upper floor. Investigation here finds no leads. There's no evidence of anything that might have happened to them there. So moving on to the pantry. This pantry contains shelves of foodstuffs, although half of the shelves are bare. 2 barrels of wine stand against the east wall. And again, no one's really coming up with anything in the downstairs area.
I just to get rid of it, I put my wolf legs that I have, my 2 of them, in the pantry and just kind of walk out the door.
Oh no!
Oh God!
And just go, there you go. So just leave.
When you guys walk into the preparation room, see white sheets cover 2 plain wooden tables in the center of this room. Neatly arranged atop one table is a complete set of polished silverware, and the other table is covered with wicker baskets containing turnips and beets. And you get the sense that all of that is for the upcoming festival. So nothing in the downstairs area is really yielding any kind of. It looks like everyone's been busy. There's one room where you see the burgomaster's wife, Lady Lydia, with looks like 8 commoners. And they're all frantically working on preparations, and they're the dining rooms. So here, a chandelier of wrought iron fitted with wax candles hangs above a polished wooden dining room table. Around the table are seated 8 women of various ages in comfortable high-backed chairs. They wear faded clothes, drink tea, and devour cake, while a 9th woman, well-dressed and very pleased with herself, circles the table and talks excitedly about decorations for the impending festival. And that's Lady Lydia Petrovna, who is trying to be very jovial, and you get the impression the commoners are just there for the cake and the tea and to get on the good graces of the burgomaster's wife and the burgomaster. But nothing downstairs yields any evidence or any indication of what may have happened to to the servants. So you still have upstairs and the attic that you can investigate.
I'll go to the attic.
Okay. Is everyone going?
I'll actually go to the attic as well.
Should we split up into 2 groups? I mean, like, how big is the attic?
But how deep is the river?
It's. I mean, you have to go up to see, but.
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's an
Probably
attic-sized
better that
attic.
everybody just stick together, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's y'all squeeze
Well,
it.
there's.
Says the person that just took 2 people away from our party while we were all upstairs.
All right,
Well-
so you guys move your tokens where you want to be. And if you want to go to the attic, let me know. I'll move you to the attic.
Well, I think if everyone's going to go up, I know we've got some pretty good investigators. I'll go to the basement because I just want to cover more ground.
No basement.
I'll go with
Just,
There is no
ground.
basement.
There's no cellar.
second-
yeah. I'll go with
Okay.
Welly wherever Welly ends up going.
Okay, so is everyone just going to the attic?
Everybody to
Or-
the attic.
Or is
Fine.
anyone doing second floor? Okay, so starting in the attic. This dusty 20-foot square room has a high-pitched ceiling that reveals its peak 20 feet above. The wooden rafters are shrouded in cobwebs except for an old table with a lantern on it. And I guess I'll just pop you guys up there.
Oh, I see it. At the very top. Those of you who are trying to
So
find it.
1, 2,
So
3,
zoom
4,
out and go
5,
to the top.
6. Okay. You guys are all in there now.
Oh wow.
Kind of a
Oh,
mess.
Oh no.
As we came in, I would have been keeping my eye to the ground looking for footprints and whatnot because it's so dusty, you say, so.
So you had to have gone in there through the master room in the second floor as well. So let me give you the master bedroom since you went through there. Oh. So
Everybody just took a dump for me.
What?
There we go. Sorry,
Time-
I accidentally swiped back and I have to reload the
Oh.
session.
Okay. While you're doing that, the master bedroom. Time has faded the grandeur of this master bedroom. The furnishings have lost some of the color and splendor. A short pull rope hangs from a wooden trapdoor in the ceiling, which is what you pulled down to get to the attic. So that's how you got there, which is why I felt I needed to tell you that. So now you're in the attic. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
All of us?
Whoever's investigating. I would say if you have a proficiency in it, do it. Otherwise,
I do.
So okay.
Can I reroll?
We actually.
Where did you? Oh, natural.
Oh, you got a
one.
natural one.
Actually, you know what? I'm using a point of luck.
Okay.
So take one of those away. Investigation. Come on, big money. 17. Okay.
17. You find no evidence of what may have happened to the servants in the attic. At least not this room.
I think Isaac was doing it better.
I see this door to my on the right side of the screen on the east. Where does this door lead?
So the door there has a carved. Someone has carved a large skull into this door. Hanging from the doorknob is a wooden sign that says, "All is not well." You hear a young man's voice beyond.
What did the sign say? You cut out. I'm sorry. All is not
well.
All is not well.
Okay.
I would say with the 17, you notice a nearly invisible glyph etched into the skull's forehead. And I'll say that you can also identify that with the 17 as a glyph of warding.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Would my character know what that means?
A glyph of warding, yeah, means that it's trapped. If you try and open the door, it will magically release some sort of damage.
Okay, so you said we heard a voice?
Yeah, you hear a young man's voice beyond.
Anything specific or just noise?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Shit. Not my best. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
You can't make out what he's saying.
Group, be careful with that door. There's a glyph of warding upon it that is trapped. This door is trapped. But we all hear something behind there.
Can we try and disarm it?
Kosif. Well, before we force entry, maybe we could just have the person in there just open the door for us and speak with us. Maybe they know something.
Yeah, we could try calling out to them.
Is Isaac still with us? EM?
Yeah, he's sort of following around.
Tell him to open the door.
Yeah, let's ask him. Well, no.
Let's persuade him to open the door.
So he tells you, "I cannot open that door. That is Victor's room. No one goes into Victor's room."
Who's Victor?
Yeah.
That is the burgomaster's son.
Does anybody want to go talk to the burgomaster before we speak with Victor? Or do we just want to speak with Victor?
Let's just speak with Victor.
Okay.
I didn't trust, or I do trust, never mind, I do trust the burgomaster. Take that back.
Kosif,
So
lead the way.
Okay. Where's this door? Here.
It's on the right.
It's the one on...
Don't touch it.
It's that one right there.
We're here. Okay. Oh, gosh. Well, I won't get too close to the door. I'll just go ahead and call out to Victor. Hey, Victor!
Doesn't seem like he responds. Isaac says, "Good luck."
Hey, Bob, can you try?
Do I see... Obviously, Kime said it's trapped. Can I see what kind of trap it is, or can I discern what kind of trap it is to be able to disarm it? Like, is there a way to disarm this?
I'd say... So he stated it's a magical trap.
Now, how do you get rid of magical traps?
You can dispel them.
There's certain spells that can...
Or set them off.
Oh.
So if you have dispel magic, you can cast dispel magic on the door, and when it's
I do.
Hey,
I
have a way to set this off too if we need to.
I have dispel magic, so I can do that.
Well, let's not anger poor Victor yet. I mean, we're just trying to speak with him. Let's give him a chance to speak. Victor, my dear good boy, would you mind having a quick word with us out here?
There's no response, and you hear him continually speaking.
Isak, what is he doing in there?
Do you want me to smash the door? I hear it. I don't think I can smash the door. I'm not allowed to smash the door. I got yelled at before for smashing the door.
I'm having such a hard time keeping my composure tonight. I really am. My character is not laughing.
Let's let Ara see if she can't dispel it. Is it? Are we gonna have a problem with the burgomaster?
Can I?
Isaac, if we talk to his son?
I'm just gonna go talk to the burgomaster real quick. Don't mind me. I'm gonna zip off to go talk to the burgomaster. See if we can talk to his son.
Okay. Isak follows you down, but at the last minute doesn't seem to follow you into the room to talk to the burgomaster.
Okay. Interesting.
So you're back in with them. What are you guys doing up there?
I was gonna say, can I use a superiority die at an RP moment and put rally on whoever's gonna try and go up to the door?
Well, I mean, if
that
I'm doing
possible?
dispel magic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
if
just want.
if
yeah.
I was gonna just dispel it, you should be able
That's
to just
true.
open it once that happens.
Would he respond to a female voice?
Try that.
You can try.
Hello.
Victor, open the door.
Now. Yes, Mom.
There's no response. He seems to be really intent on whatever it is he's reading or chanting or saying. While you guys are waiting for Kaim to return, Kaim, you walk back in, and Tom's sitting at the desk as Victor, or as the burgomaster.
My dear good man, we haven't found much. We found a room upstairs, and we were informed that your son is up there, and we hear him making noise, but he responds to no outside input. Is there a way that we can speak with him?
Well, to be frank with you, my friend, he doesn't really respond to me either. He's a wretched boy, really. He just sort of sits around with his little magic books and talks about making his silly little teleportation devices and complains about living this life of luxury that we have provided for him. So, yeah, I don't think I can be much assistance to you, I'm afraid.
Would you mind terribly if we dispelled the trap on the door just to speak with him? Or would that be unwise?
Do as you will.
Oh, am I in danger?
Always.
Frankly, I have no idea. But you know what they say, all will be well.
New shirt.
All right, my good man. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure we have your permission to try and speak with. Thank you.
Absolutely, knock yourself out.
Isak might do it for me. Go back upstairs with Isak.
Isaac is not outside. You don't know where he is.
Okay. Go back upstairs anyway.
Okay. So you go back up.
We have permission. Let's not break, not harm. Burgomaster does not mind if we dispel the door.
Okay.
I do unsheath both my swords and have them out just because we don't know what's on the other side of this door in case something goes down. But I'm not in an attack mode. I'm just ready to pounce if something happens.
He's just his boy. Need not worry.
Yeah, last time we met just his boy, he turned out to be a vampire.
Yeah, but he was locked in a cellar. This is obviously a teenage
This guy is
boy.
locked in an attic.
Different guy.
Yeah, but
This guy's
It
locked in the
looks like
attic.
he's locked himself in there, just like a bratty teenager listening to his
But
heavy lute music.
if he's locked himself in there, he clearly has some magical ability. I just want to be prepared in case he, has a teenage moment and freaks out on us.
Torbjorn. It's okay. We'll be okay. Go ahead, Latrine. Why don't we dispel this door?
Okay.
I put it back in my sheaths, but I still have my hands on both my swords.
I'm gonna do a level 3, I guess. So, let's see here.
Okay.
While this is going on, I cast Mage Hand and just have my Mage Hand like massaging Torbjorn's back to like calm him down.
So
I also take one hand off a sword and take a swig of honey whiskey and then put it back on my sword.
Ara begins to gesture and say the necessary words that are needed to cast Dispel Magic. And as she reaches out, her hand begins to glow this radiant sunlight, and it sort of lights the glyph up, and the glyph glows and then dissipates into nothing and dispels the spell.
That shit was cool. Do it again.
The sun is life. The life is sun.
Okay. So door's still closed though.
Yeah.
Let's just knock and not scare the poor boy.
Oh, where is he?
Yeah, there's no response, and you don't hear anything.
I'm gonna actually watch behind us and make sure nobody's gonna sneak up behind us. I'm gonna go to the rear here, and just again with hands on swords ready to go, just in case somebody comes up these stairs.
I'm just gonna knock.
While they're going
guess.
in.
Yeah.
With the coats of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just... is the door unlocked?
It is now.
Victor, we're...
Can I go ahead and
Can we
open
talk?
the door?
Okay.
Push it open.
Okay.
Okay.
Opening the door. Let's see here. Someone has taken old mismatched furniture and created a study in this dusty lamplit chamber. Tables are strewn with pieces of parchment on which strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of bones. A dusty rag covers the floor in front of a pine box on which lounges a skeletal cat. Several more skeletal cats skulk about. Most unnerving of all is the sight of 3 small children standing with their backs to you in the northeast corner of the room. In the center of the room, perched on a stool, is a leather-bound book.
Who
There's
all's
nobody
gone
in
into
there.
the room at this?
There doesn't seem to be anybody in there.
Ooh.
I go in.
Yeah, kitty.
So yeah, it's it looks like someone's been studying magic in here. There is a bunch of skeletal cats looking around.
And there's 3 children?
So it looks like there's 3 children standing in the corner. As you get closer,
Bob's worst nightmare.
there are they are painted wooden dolls dressed in clothing that Victor wore as a child.
Even worse.
They look like they've been
Can I-
positioned like they were disobedient.
Like standing in the corner like bad kids.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go on the? Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying the leather-bound book you said was sitting on the desk.
It's on a stool in the center of the...
The train. I'm gonna investigate the room real quick, make sure there's no other traps like on the book or anything.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go over and try and pick or open up the chest.
That's what I was going to say. You could use that mage hand you cast, pick up
Yeah.
that book or open that chest.
Everyone back up. Let's have everybody back up. I'm gonna use Mage Hand.
I'm staying next to this chest.
Yep.
I'm not moving.
If it explodes when I open it, do you really want to stand next to it? Do you value your testicles?
Or your liquor.
I'll use Mage Hand to open the chest.
Okay. As you fling the lid open, you see a bunch of sheets of parchment and several bolts of silk cloth, needles and thread, and a half-finished wizard's robe.
Oh. Looks like he's training. Latroin, would you care to look at that book? Seems to be more your area of expertise.
Okay. I will look, so I need to roll investigation, I guess, or insight.
The book in on the stool?
Yeah, the leather bound.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how, do you just want to pick it up and open it and look at it? Or
I didn't know if it was...
Okay.
I'll pick it up. How about that?
Okay. So you pick up the book, and it's actually you recognize it as being a spell book. Actually, it has a lot of pretty powerful spells: Acid Splash, Animate Dead, Blight, Cloud Kill, Dark Vision, Glyph of Warding, Levitate, Mending, Remove Curse, and Thunderwave.
Holy shit.
And you see one for a circle of teleportation, but it's incomplete. And I would say with a 15, you would gather that he's been working on that for some time, and that's been his priority, is figuring that spell out.
Okay.
Do you share that information with the group or not?
I calmly say, looks like somebody's been busy.
Also, on the floor, I should state too, is a recreation of the circle.
That's in the book.
Yes.
Does it look like it's been used?
Make an investigation check. Well.
Oh. I investigated. Oh, you.
Oh, still got a fucking 13.
I turned to Torb. Did you slip me something?
I'll give you advantage on that.
Okay.
So just roll again and see.
Oh, that's
19. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were gonna get another low number.
you're not wholly familiar with teleportation circles, but you gather from looking at this and comparing the spellbook drawing that he fucked up somewhere. And that probably had some bad consequences.
Like it just happened? Possibly?
I would say that's enough for you to gather that he probably tested it on some unwilling folks, and that may be where it happened to your missing butler and lady in waiting.
So, gang, it definitely looks like he's used it, and if he, by what I've seen, looks like he may have messed up somewhere along the way. We might have just found the reason why there's people missing.
When I went downstairs to talk to the burgomaster, Isak went missing as well. I didn't see anything. I don't question anything. He was just following me and then turned back around and he was gone.
Can I take a closer look at these creepy dolls?
Sure. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, this could be a puppet master moment here.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna pet the bone kitty.
They look like alterations of existing toys. And you notice on the sleeve of one of, or not the sleeve, but the wrist of the one of the toys that it says, "If it's no fun, it's no Blinsky."
It's no fun. It's no Blinsky.
Yep.
Interesting.
Is there anything on this chest that Kime opened? Is the paper, the parchment, just blank paper? There's no writing or anything on it?
There's like spell equations all over, and they all seem to be related to the teleportation circle.
I take them out and I turn to, I guess, the group, because you all are over there, and I say, somebody might want to that knows a little bit more about this might want to take a look at these.
Vale, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck kind of stand up, like you get the sense on that perception check, but there might be someone still in the room.
Guys, I think we're not seeing something here.
What do you mean?
It's a feeling I have, like I'm being watched still, and not just by the cats.
Hmm.
I immediately drop the papers and put my hand ready to pull out my sword.
Check
Any
under the
but-
desk.
Swords.
We're not here to harm you. If you've just poofed and disappeared into this room, we just came to talk.
No answer. Are you trying to do so? Identify would be for.
Yeah, no, I was just looking. Sorry, that was my fault.
Okay,
I'm
no
not
worries.
trying to do that. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
I've got an idea, but frick. Never mind.
Again, I look down the papers and say, somebody might want to take a look at these that know maybe it has clues to what's going on here. The papers are now scattered on the floor because I dropped them as soon as Vale said that to us, and I said my hands on my swords.
We have all intention of just speaking. Nothing more. Just a few questions. See if we can help you if you are here. We could leave. Take this spell book with us.
Could I use persuasion to try to talk the entity into talking with us?
If you did, you don't have a target, so I'd say you could do that at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll try. Can't
Okay.
hurt. Where is it? Okay.
13.
13.
There's no
Oh, you
response.
got a nat 20 on
Yeah.
that, too.
All right.
Is there any part of the room we haven't thoroughly investigated yet?
Let's see. If you guys. Well, I mean, you solved the mystery. You figured it out. I don't think there's anything else of any interest in the room.
Can I take a closer look at the cats?
Sure. They are. You can tell Victor was lonely, and they are sort of practice sort of a find familiar spell that may be under the. You're not sure. I would say you have to make an Arcana check, or have someone make an Arcana check to know more.
DM, are there any lamps that we pass by outside? Out the in the attic room?
Lamps?
Yeah, were there any lamps or glass or
Lights in
anything?
there?
No.
Not really. Ooh. Okay. Ara, with a 22 Arcana check, I would say you gather that these were find familiar spells that he cast, but there are strange effects that this land does to certain spells, and you feel like this is just one of those side effects.
Oh.
Like when Kosa first summoned his horse and it appeared skeletal.
Oh yeah, I summoned my mage hand. What did it look like?
Yeah, so your mage hand was also skeletal.
Okay, I would have definitely reacted to that. Shocked. And I don't think Torby would have enjoyed bony fingers massaging it.
So they don't feel different. It's just cosmetic.
Oh, okay.
It's a skin.
Okay.
It's a legendary skin. It drops on certain events.
Torbjorn is on edge right now because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm gonna just start poking around, like, see if we can just bump into him if he doesn't want to speak.
I'm gonna walk back out the room because I don't feel comfortable inside that room right now.
So I think I'm gonna gesture fondly to the room. I think with what we've discovered, we should go talk to the burgomaster before it gets too late.
I agree. Latrine, let's bring the book to the burgomaster.
This kid's stealth sucks. Okay.
Okay.
I also take a swig or practically down the bottle of my honey whiskey and then watch it refill itself back up because I am not comfortable right now.
Torb, you notice that when you drink from that flask, straight from the flask, you don't feel drunk.
Yay! I do it again to make sure it's not a fluke.
Like, that's something that you've been noticing, that if you pour it out, you feel the effects. If you drink it right from the flask, you don't.
So if I pour it into another container, I feel it. But if I drink it straight, I'm fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Like if you poured it in a glass and shared it with someone, they would totally get wasted from it. But if you drank right from the flask, you notice you haven't felt any of the effects.
Does it? So.
Like it's just sugar water?
Nerves? Yeah. Would it still calm my nerves, or was it just no effect at all?
It tastes like it would if it had alcohol. It just doesn't actually.
I just don't get intoxicated.
Right. It does. You don't get drunk.
Okay. But I get it because I'm using it to soothe myself. So
it does soothe you, but it's not. Okay. But it's almost.
That's my question.
It's almost a placebo. It's not actually like getting you drunk.
Not actually doing it. Yep. Cool. I'll keep that boy close. I actually gesture to both Kaim and R who are out here with me and just ask them if they want any.
As soon as we get downstairs, my boy, yes.
Also, you guys noticed Irina is nowhere to be.
Oh, I thought she stayed at the hotel.
Nope.
Well, that's not good.
Okay.
So she was walking with us?
Yeah, when you guys were all downstairs and then you went up to the attic, she seemed to not follow to the attic. No, you don't know where she is.
And what's his face is gone too.
And Ismark is gone. I want to head back down to the burgomaster.
Where's Irina? Does anybody see her?
Are all going.
Down. I'm heading down.
Nope.
Yeah. So none of us noticed anything.
You guys were upstairs.
All right.
Yeah. As we get in here, I approach the burgomaster kind of somewhat aggressively and just say, Your boy Ismark's gone. Our friend Irina's gone.
Well, I mean,
Do you
as far
have
as you know, at
something
this
to go on
point,
this
she
mansion?
might be downstairs still. She's not up.
She's missing. Okay, she's not gone. She's missing. We don't know where she is. Do you have any? Have you seen her? Do you know what's going on in here? We had two people with us that are now
have
gone.
not left this room since you were here last, my child. I have no idea. Sorry.
Let's go.
Any funny business you've seen before then? Anything else has happened that's caught your attention in this house? Besides obviously the disappearance.
Latrine, did you share any of that information with us or no?
I just said
Yeah,
somebody has been busy.
Okay.
As far as what I read in the book, I mean spells basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that we've gathered from the other paperwork as well, basically.
But was it Welly who was able to determine what had happened?
With the teleport. Yeah,
Correct.
well, he determined the teleportation.
And you did tell us that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You did tell us. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I just finally and told you all that he done fucked up.
Anybody want to tell the burgomaster?
Do we want to take a look, sweep around the house first, see if we can find any sign of Irina?
Yeah, or what's his face, Izek as well.
I'm gonna stay in here with the burgomaster.
Me too.
Okay. So at this point, there's only you've checked the attic and the ground floor, and there's only like 2 or 3 rooms on this floor you haven't checked. One of them being Isaac's room,
Let's go there.
and that door
I will investigate.
that door seems to be locked at the moment.
I can pick it.
That
Okay.
might be his
You can
purpose.
pick your nose, you can pick your friends, and you pick your locks.
Can we
Give it a
knock on the
whirl.
door first?
That'd just be a dexterity check.
Don't you have?
I have thieves' tools. I didn't know if they were actually rolled.
Yeah. You can. Yep, use those.
Cool. Click. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
God. All my good rolls happened last time.
yeah.
So you try to pick the lock, and it's a little hard to get in. It doesn't seem to want to unlock.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay. 14. I'll say with the 14 you can unlock the door.
Yay!
So, as you open the door, dolls. This room is full of pretty little dolls with white powder skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, and others are arranged in neat rows on wall-mounted shelves.
Ugh.
Still others are piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest. What's most odd is that all of the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. They all look like Irina Kolyana.
Oh, shit.
That is creepy AF.
Is anybody in the room?
No, it's empty. As you, if you look at the dolls, though, each doll has a small tag stitched into its clothing. Reads, "It's no fun. It's no Blinsky."
Isn't that
I don't
what
need to roll perception to know what's going on.
And on that note, I think we should take a break.
Oh,
All right.
creepy ass dolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Cool. So we'll be back shortly, guys. We're gonna take a break and we'll be back here soon. See y'all in a second. And we're back. And I didn't walk in a crazy room, but everybody's in a crazy room right now. Who's upstairs with me? Somebody said they're staying upstairs with me. Who stayed with me?
I am.
Okay. I was trying to figure out, because I knew somebody said they were staying.
Yeah,
but I didn't know
it
who
was me.
Okay.
Well, you're all upstairs still.
Well, didn't they go down to the doll room? They all went down to, what's his face?
The doll room is on the same floor.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, I stayed in the study with the burgomaster. Everybody else went to the other room.
So who went in the doll room? It was Kime, Welly, and...
No, it wasn't me. I stayed
still,
up with
Kime's still with me.
Oh, my bad.
I went.
Latrine went.
I think everybody but me and Kime went.
So yeah, you guys are up here. Room P is where you. So who's in Izek's room?
That'd be Welly.
Vale.
Just Welly. Okay, Welly, Vale,
And Kosef.
And Latrine.
Okay, so that's where you guys are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just me and Kime back
Oh,
at the
that's
burgomaster.
Yeah, so that's the room you guys just picked the lock to. Oh wait, is that?
This only has one. He said there was a room full of dolls.
It's this one.
Imagination.
Imagination.
Imagination role play.
Who's that?
I was saying during the break to these guys, just so you know, that Torbjorn is on fucking edge.
This is the room where you guys are. So you're basically across the way from the deck.
Cool.
That's not that far.
So while they're doing that, I'm just chatting with the burgomaster, asking him just kind of like what this festival all contains.
To phrase that in character?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure the DM wasn't about to do something.
I was gonna say we're gonna play 20 questions with burgomaster. I feel like.
So, so yeah, I mean, you can question Tom, and then what? So, you guys walk into the Izek's room and see the dolls. So, what are you guys doing?
Investigate.
And investigate the room. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna investigate the heck out of them dolls. Like a lot of it.
Wow.
Hey, burgomaster. While they're rolling, I'm gonna ask you some questions here.
Please do,
Can
Bob.
you can you tell me a little bit about your kid?
Okay.
We saw him upstairs doing some experimentations with some things that are, in my opinion, not so friendly.
Seen him for quite a while. Where did you said you saw him upstairs?
Well, we
Up in that
didn't see
room.
him. We heard him, and when we entered his room, he was gone.
Yes.
Well, he is
Well, we
quite
saw-
a shit.
How long? You said he's been gone for a while. How long has he been gone? Is it years? How old is he?
Not so much that he's been sort of absent. He's here. He just doesn't really, show his face an awful lot. To be honest with you, he just seems to stay locked in that little dingy attic of his all day, and I can occasionally hear some, chanting and things like that. I assume he's just fiddling with his magic books. Yes, and honestly, as far as age is concerned, you may have to ask Lydia. I don't care for the boy much, to be honest with you.
Speak with your wife?
Yes, you should talk to Lady Lydia. She's a treat. She laughs at all of my jokes, and I'm very much in love.
You're a very, very lucky man, eh?
Indeed.
So,
When's the last? Oh, go ahead.
what's going on with this festival? What are we looking forward to? Obviously, joyfulness and happiness.
You couldn't have asked a more exciting question. So, yes, so the festival, this particular festival, the Festival of the Blazing Sun, it's more so kind of in honor to the Morning Lord and, just to kind of... Can I be honest with you for just a second?
Always.
Please do. I love that. I love it.
The land under the darkness of Strahd, it's not how I want it to be. I don't think people should live like that. I think that everybody has the right to be happy. So I think that if we continuously bring ourselves into enjoyment and celebrate all of the great things in life, then we may be able to lift some of that shadow and some of that nastiness away. So we just have a really good time, to be honest with you, and we use that as our way of sort of just escaping the general doom and gloom of the land.
It sounds noble. It sounds beautiful, actually. The doom and gloom can be quite heavy on one's shoulders. So may I ask, what is going on with all the sticks everywhere downstairs?
Well, I assume they're there for the burnings and things like that. There's quite a lot of fire pits, but flames are good for festivals. They're very good at night time when the sky is
Excuse me, you said burnings? Are these just like bonfires, or what are we burning?
Yes, bonfires, correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're clear.
We just came from a place where
they gave us treats that were made with humans.
other things were burnt and not so enjoyable. So
Yes. No. I assure you, this is all quite above.
You could understand our trepidation.
So.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, we'll speak with your lovely wife.
I was going to ask, how is the investigation going so far?
Well, we have found that there's hints of teleportation happening within your walls.
And I found I found pages of spell equations when I was upstairs.
In Victor's room?
Yes.
In Victor's room.
Yes, he does like to play around with that devilishness.
It is quite exciting, and let's be real. I mean, it's quite handy for adventurers like ourselves, but in the wrong hands, it can be very accident-prone.
I would not equate yourself to that of my son. He is, as I said before, a shit, and you fellows seem to be very nice, and so far I've had nothing but pleasant experiences with all of you, even young Bob here. So, yes, I can understand the trepidation around it, but I honestly, Victor will be Victor. There's not much we can do about it. But yes, if you would like some more insight, perhaps, into Victor's life, or maybe even some of the festivities, Lydia is so excited, and she generally handles the decorations. So potentially, you could ask her where she intends to put the bonfires and things like that. I'm sure she knows the logistics.
One final question: when is the last time you actually saw with your own two eyes your son?
See him, you say?
When is the last time you saw with your own two eyes your son?
Let's see now. I do not recall. It's been a long time. Long time.
Clearly, it's been a long time.
Long enough, eh?
He kind of just flitters in and out, and you don't really notice him an awful lot. I may have seen him and just completely forgotten about it.
Kime, you want to go talk to Lady Lydia?
Yes, let's go speak with his wife.
As we walk out, I whisper to Kime, isn't it a bit odd that he has not seen his son?
I don't know. He seems just indifferent. He's a man full of hope for joy, which is a weird concept. To not actually have joy, but just to hope for joy. My heart kind of breaks.
Maybe it's a cover for something.
In this town, everything's a cover.
As you guys are leaving, the the rest of the party is in Izek's room right now, investigating. And down this hallway, there's a closet here that you haven't checked.
Where was that? I'm sorry. There's a lot of clicking. So all I see is a room I'm in. Should I go in the hallway? Okay, in the hallway.
Yeah, there's a closet on the left.
Oh,
there.
okay.
And then this room here, you also have checked.
Is it something I would have
Just-
noticed that we didn't see
I
that
mean,
closet?
If you're doing thorough room searches, you would notice the ones you haven't looked in.
Okay.
So how thoroughly? I'm assuming that you guys were, when you were investigating, that you did such a thorough job on the ground floor that I'm going to assume you did the same on the the next floor.
Yeah. I'll
so-
just shout to the group to see if they did it. It'd be like, Go Survey, did you guys check this room up here, this closet, or this door up on the north side of the home?
No.
All right, Torbjorn and I will check real quick before we speak with Lady Lydia.
Okay, so that door is locked, and the other one is Victor's
You said this
like real bedroom.
Oh,
this door here
the
is
kid,
locked?
Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this door is locked. This
Okay.
door is the one that leads
It's
to
the real
Victor's
bedroom. Okay.
Is Victor's room open?
room. Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'll just do a quick investigation inside of his room.
Okay.
And say, meanwhile,
It's
back in the doll room.
it's just a handsomely appointed room. It contains a canopied bed, a low bookshelf, a full-length mirror, and a wooden frame on the wall across from the door. Set into the north wall is an arched window of leaded glass. Nothing here seems unusual.
Yeah, DM, what does leaded glass mean?
I'm assuming glass made out of lead.
Like it has, like it's like stained glass, but not stained glass.
Okay,
Like,
so he uses
the-
lead.
the
Decorative.
etched leaded. I'm assuming
Kind
is the like interwoven glass with lead.
Okay,
And so you can't just like break through it.
gotcha. Anything out of the ordinary on the bookshelf or anywhere else in the room?
No, it's like it looks like he doesn't stay there.
Okay.
You know?
That's the impression I get. Like right when I walk in, like this is not his actual.
It's too
living.
nice. It's too, it's like, oh, this kid doesn't sleep here, or he has another room somewhere. He really,
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm backing out. Back to the locked door. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that one's locked. And so you guys in your investigation, you uncover just the dolls really to be the unusual thing in there. They're all tagged with "It's no fun, it's no Blinsky."
It's no fun. It's no Blinsky.
Yep, it's the mark of the maker.
Okay. Wally, do you have a moment?
Am I anywhere near where I can hear him? Because I went downstairs.
Oh, are you not in the doll room?
Oh, yeah.
The doll room's
We're on the
across the
same
hallway.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
We're just
Yeah,
down the
on same
hall.
level.
I poke my head out. What's up?
Can you unlock this door for us?
Of course.
Thank you, my dear.
Also, anything in that room you guys just came out of? Any more clues?
No.
I'll take it from your reaction that I don't want.
Holy crap! I'll say with a 20, you have you unlock it with no trouble at all.
Click, click. Haha.
Golly.
Okay, so as you open it, this empty closet has a man chained to the back of the wall of this otherwise empty closet is a badly beaten man, wearing nothing but a loincloth. The iron shackles have cut into his wrists, causing blood to trickle down his hand.
Goodness, what is this? Are you okay?
Who are you?
Help him first.
How'd you end up here? No, we ask questions first before we let people free.
He's beat to hell, and he's. I am Udo,
Udo?
Udo.
the shoemaker.
Like,
My dear Udo, why are you here? Who brought you here?
Can I give him
I
one
was.
healing potions? Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to give him a healing potion.
I would love to, just to help.
Okay. He drinks it and heals. Go ahead and make the roll for the heal.
How?
It's the whatever the healing potion.
Yeah, I see it.
What is it?
it's 2d4 plus 2. So you have to roll a 2d4.
Yeah, sorry. So just roll 2d4.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then we'll
plus
just add
2.
2. Okay, so you get 7 hit points
7.
back.
Sweet.
He starts to look much better. Because he doesn't have that many hit points to begin with, so he's like practically fully healed from the, the potion.
Heck yeah.
And he says, so I was arrested for during the Wolf's Head Jamboree, the last festival, by the burgomaster. I was foolishly carrying a sign that suggested we feed him to the wolves.
You feed the burgomaster to the wolves?
What? Why?
Because it's tired of these festivals every week.
What's wrong with them? They seem like a party. Don't you like a party? Hey.
If you are forced at gunpoint to dance, does that seem like a party?
Not so much.
Wait, they have guns? Just
Yeah.
question. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I was questioning
They're
that too.
one shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Like muskets.
Okay, so black powder, one shot, little balls, I assume.
Correct.
Okay. Little balls. Sorry.
You said he was. You said he was. You said he was chained up to the wall.
Yeah, he's chained to the.
I let his chains off, or try to see if I can release the chains somehow.
So he's, yeah, they're locked. The chains are locked.
Let us
into-
not release a prisoner and upset our burgomaster.
This man clearly has been treated inhumanely.
Welly looks really upset at that.
I agree. This is not our city. We must tread carefully. We can help this man. Let's see if we can do it through civil discourse before just pulling chains off and letting him run to his death. There's a man with a big hammer that loves to smash.
Who has disappeared?
Yeah. Let's go speak with the burgomaster. I'm gonna wander down the hallway before I go to the burgomaster and check in with Kosif.
Okay, that's like right at the door, just so you know.
Oh, Kosif is right there. Okay. Kosif, I'll whisper as quietly as I can into his ear. We have a man chained up in the north part of this closet up here. He was imprisoned for speaking ill and carrying a sign and trying to fight off these fun festivals. What did you find in this room over here that Willie seems so unhappy about?
Oh, we found dolls potentially made by the toy maker in town, and they all disturbingly look like Irina, who we still have yet to find. But if there is a man chained in a room, I fear for her safety.
I would agree. And we saw that our hammer-wielding companion had a kind of a bit of an eye for her. That was his room, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
It was, yes. But,
How many dolls were there?
I couldn't even count, to tell you the truth. It was a very disturbing sight, though not as disturbing as finding a man chained to a wall. Have you released him?
I would not want to anger the burgomaster. I would like to help him and free him, but not without a good speaking with and making sure that that's okay with him.
That's probably a wise course. We don't know the laws or if the man speaks truth. But this is very disturbing. I really feel we need to find Irina.
I agree. We also need to speak to the lady of the household. She might have more information.
All right. We've checked all these rooms, though. I don't know. Look. I guess we should speak to the lady.
Yeah, she was in DM. She was somewhere on this first floor.
She's in the dining area with the 8 commoners, and they're all like making these like wicker basket type things. It looks like they're weaving some sort of wicker thing. You're not sure what it is.
Okay, but it looks like a basket kind of a thing.
Yeah, it looks like they're just doing crafts for like a big party. You know how you see like that's exactly what they're doing.
But it's Vacation Bible School.
It's a Tupperware or wickerware party.
Yeah.
Wickerware.
Yeah.
It's like a scout of young children may have created them.
Ye old Avon.
Yeah.
I tug on Kosif and pull him in to speak with the lady of the house.
Let's go.
Okay. So you guys are heading back downstairs before talking to the master?
I was gonna say I would, because I'm still in the closet.
Because
I would head back to
the dining room's downstairs. You guys are on the
second floor. Okay, thank you. I thought we were on the bottom floor.
Nope.
If that's the case, then let's just go speak with the burgomaster. I see Torbjorn coming down the hallway. Let's go speak with the burgomaster, eh?
I mean, you're right outside the door. So
I'm on my way there. I'm already here, boy.
Inside we go.
Okay. So Tom, the party once again comes back in.
And we say, we got questions, Senor Burgomaster.
Goody!
That is my way
of all of my friends again. Please do tell me how your investigation into my missing servants is going.
You've got a man locked on the other side of this wall who was beaten to near death.
Yes, quite. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
What was his crime?
Man? Well, let me ask you this before I tell you. What did he say?
Well, he said he was carrying a sign and that said, send possibly you to the wolves. That we know nothing about this. We just
wolves. No, that man actually. That man made a pass at my wife quite vigorously, shall we say? And I had Ezek just pull him to the side and teach him a few manners and how to talk to a lady, especially a married lady. Seemed very, very unnecessary, but yes, I assure you, he's quite well off where he is.
Do I believe this?
Yeah, do we believe him?
This?
Make a deception check or insight check, and Tom, make a deception check.
Lord, what the freak?
Worst
You won, I can do it.
Everybody with good bonuses is just.
And Tom rolled a good insight.
Very good.
Or good deception, not insight. Deception.
Well, you
Okay.
seems good to me.
So,
Yeah.
Ara and Kaim and Wally look like you guys have some question about that. But everyone else seems
The rest
to
of
buy
us.
his story.
I really don't.
Well, I may buy his story, but forgive
I
me,
do believe. Go ahead.
Master, but is this really the fittest punishment for this man?
Is
Why was
locking
he in a
man
closet?
up and teaching him a lesson a fit punishment for trying to have his way with my wife? Is that what you're asking me right now?
Do you have some sort of prison system in this town? Like, is this what you do with all your lawbreakers?
Do all of them make a pass at my wife?
How many of them have there been?
Forgive me, Burgomaster. I guess I need clarification. Did he make a pass at her, or did he attempt to force himself on her? I see things, and forgive me. I don't mean to question your judgment here. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Try to accost my wife and forcibly put himself inside of her. Ezek decided to let him not do that, and that is the man that is tied up in there. Now, if you wouldn't mind, this is starting to get a little tiresome, and no one has told me how my search is going.
Well, we've up to you a bit. I still need to speak with your wife about your son and find out what's possibly going on with his teleportation magic. I'll return with information.
I am starting to get a little miffed.
My apologies.
We assure you that everything is well.
There's only so much we can do in a short amount of time.
Everything will be well. Thank you.
I love this. I love this character so much. Okay.
I wave very excited at him and walk away.
As we're walking out the door and heading down the hallway, Kosef and I.
So, hold on a second. Just before, I just want to clarify. You guys know what happened to the lady in waiting and the butler. So I'm not sure why you're not really telling him.
I was actually just about to ask Kaim that in character if we were.
Okay, sorry.
I'm afraid if we tell him that we're going to be done here and get kicked out, we still don't know where Irina is.
That's exactly my point. I don't feel like freely giving him information right now is the wisest course of action. I want to get all the information.
Making sure that was clear to everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. I go back to the room to let that guy out.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if you did, I was going to.
Sent Welly a wink and nod towards that room while we went downstairs to go speak with the wife.
I'm going down to speak to the wife.
I'll go along. I'm still concerned about finding them.
Yes.
Okay, Wally, with a 15, I'd say you can pick the lock and get Ludo free.
Can I disguise him as like a butler to get him out of there without noticing?
We found your butler.
I like the idea. Let's do a stealth check to make sure you can do it. Sleight of hand to get Butler's clothes, and then another stealth check to get back up.
Woo.
Okay, pass.
Woo.
Pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You successfully sneak downstairs, steal Butler's clothes, and come back and dress Udo up as a butler.
Udo, follow me, and we should be able to get you out of here. Don't try not to look at the Burgomaster just in case.
I will do whatever you ask, friend. Thank you so much.
And I would do my best to get him out of this place.
Oh, shit. As he goes past the door of the Burgomaster, he trips and falls on the floor.
Okay.
Stupid
Oh
air.
shit! I think it's because David rolled something.
I need you to make a perception check to see if you hear the guy fall outside.
Oh god.
DM, I have to know, was that oh shit because of a poor roll?
Yeah, I rolled crappy.
That's what I thought.
No.
That was a natural
For some
one,
reason,
folks.
do perception. It just doesn't let me click it. Can you run it for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Tom, you're amazing. He's just like, come on, come on, come on.
Oh!
Everything's well.
Natural one.
And a 6.
Everything
So
is
both
awesome.
So,
Everything is
so
cool.
right as he falls, somebody inside,
That's a
or
sick
maybe
guy.
one of the dogs farts or something pretty loud and covers the noise enough that he just thinks, damn, what am I feeding these things?
You just see Torbjorn in the room just going like this.
And you guys successfully make it by.
Which one of you was that?
Not I.
Oh my
Jesus Christ. Woohoo! With that, I exit the room. Good thing I'm immune to poison.
Okay.
Oh, I found the room.
So-
There it is. Okay.
Where is it?
All the way down at the bottom of the map. You just kind of drag your character around until you see the room with me and Kosef in it and a bunch of people.
I'll move you over there.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay, cool.
Are you going there too, Welly?
Yeah. Once I know he's out of there,
Well,
And
I
Torb.
rejoin.
I'm already down there. I got it.
Vale, where are you hiding at?
I am lost.
So as you guys come down, actually, you hear some commotion in the neighboring room of the dining room, which would be the parlor. It looks like that would be.
Here's a stupid question: is there anywhere walking through this house that I've seen a clock to know what time it is?
Yeah.
Do they have?
There's one
time?
in the foyer when you walk in.
What time of day is it?
Did we
It's
just pass that? So yeah, I walked through there. So what time would it be?
It's 10 in the morning.
And okay.
So I'm gonna head towards that commotion.
Okay.
So
That would be in here in the parlor.
I'll follow suit.
You walk in and you actually find Isaac with his back to the wall, and Irina pointing her sword at his throat,
Oh,
telling him to stay back. And he's not moving.
Isak, what are you doing?
He doesn't say anything. He just keeps staring at Irina.
Irina, what happened?
This monster, he came after me.
Did he hurt you?
I did not let him.
Did he make an attack? Did he swing? Did he say anything?
He tried to grab me. He said he knew me. I'd
He
never
seems-
seen him.
He seems to. We found a room with dolls that look
Isaac. Isaac, how do you know this woman?
I have dreams every night about Irina. Ever since I was a boy.
What kind of dreams?
Oh, God.
I remember going fishing. Wolves attack. That's it. Every night.
And she was leading these wolves?
No, she was with me.
Fishing.
We got separated by the wolves.
Were you protecting her?
I don't know. Didn't have a chance to smash.
Do you fear this woman?
No.
Do you care for this woman? And her well-being and her safety?
I don't know what that means.
Do you want her to be hurt?
Isaac, by the way, is soulless.
I gathered.
Irina, do you... I don't think this has been asked yet, but do you know Isaac? At all?
Irina wavers and lowers her sword.
I draw my sword out and point it at Isaac just so he can't run away.
Irina, do you know this man from dreams?
I have never seen him before. I do not know who he is.
Why'd you just drop your sword?
Well, you are all here. I did not think I was going to attack again.
Maybe he just wanted to show you that he knew you. He has a room full of dolls that look just like you, in many different outfits.
She raises the sword back at that.
You got two of us.
Isaac, how did you describe her to the toy maker for those dolls, or did he already have them?
I describe from my dreams. He built every week one new doll. Or I smash.
Do you have these dreams every week, every night?
Every night. I go fishing with my family. Every night. I lose my family to the wolves.
And she's there.
I dream of her, yes, being chased by wolves.
Are these wolves like normal wolves? Do they communicate with you at all?
Talking wolves?
We've come across them, my friend. They are a thing.
That's it. Maybe too much for him to understand. You said you lose your family? Did the wolves kill your family?
He nods.
Is Irina your family?
It's something he can't process. Since he's soulless, he You get the sense he could probably figure that out if he did have a soul. But you are getting the impression that this might be her long-lost brother.
She was flippin' adopted, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yes.
she was not. Yeah, she wasn't.
Irina, I don't think he meant you any harm, and I don't think his advances are malicious in nature, or at least not intended to be.
Irina, this might be a part of your past.
Please, let's just go.
Okay.
Do you want him to come with us? Or do you
No.
want one of us to keep an eye on here while you walk away?
She's holding the sword still out, not sure what to make of all this information.
Irina, let's take you somewhere to clear your head.
Let's take her back upstairs and... Oh.
To the doll room.
Because we still need to talk to the burgomaster.
Lady. Well, we still need to talk to the lady, too.
Yeah.
Which is why we came down.
So, Udo, did you
I'm-
guys like just open the door and were like, have at it? Run? Or what?
Pretty much.
Oh, no.
Okay, well. Udo makes a run for it.
Yeah, well, Welly, didn't you say before we went in here you saw him safely
Yeah.
outside?
Guided him out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I said I joined up with the rest of them once I knew he was outside and safe.
So do
Yeah,
we need
outside, but like you guys, you're just like, all right, you go, run. Okay.
Yep. I mean,
Go,
I would, because
my turtle dove.
He is disguised as a butler, so I guess he's gonna just try and he'll try and walk home and see. Actually, he's gonna head to the church and tell Father Lucian what's up.
Okay.
Good idea.
I still have my sword pointed at Izek, and I just say, Irina, Kosif, Ara, and Kaim. I'll keep an eye on him while you guys get out of here. Get Irina to safety. Make sure she's, like you said, Kaim, clears her head. I'll make sure he doesn't make a move on her.
Yeah, who wants to stay with Irina while we go speak with the lady?
I will stay with her.
Where?
Let's see where I can take her to the entryway, where the sticks are.
You guys want to just go outside? Or wait in the foyer?
Yeah, wait.
I'm gonna wait in the
in.
foyer.
Okay.
The foyer.
You're there
I'm
with
just
the
gonna
maid.
stay in here.
Okay.
The maid's standing there awkwardly looking at you, kind of wondering why you guys are there. Okay.
I'm gonna stay in this room with Izek, just making sure he, like, I'm not. I don't know if he can read me though. He's not smart enough. But I'm not trying to be forceful with him. Just kind of being like, "Hey, bud, we just want to make sure she's protected." I don't know how to. I would show that with the sword in his face.
When she leaves, are you still threatening him with the sword?
Once she's out the room, I drop my sword
Okay.
and I just say, "We want to make sure she's protected." I just want to make sure she
He
got
just-
out safely.
He just walks past you and leaves and goes. He's
Where'd he
heading
go?
upstairs.
I was gonna say I would follow him to make sure he gets away, but if he goes up, once he goes upstairs, I would stop at the bottom. And I join the group back with the lady once he's gone.
Coach, if you want to take the lead on this one?
Well, what are we gonna ask her? Just about her son?
Let's ask about her son and talk to her about possibly if Udo had accosted her.
Got it. Sure.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be great if he actually did. Not really.
Well, as far as I know, it seems plausible. So,
Yeah.
all right. Lady Lydia, can I have a moment?
Yes. How can I help you?
Yes. I had some questions for you. As you maybe been tasked us to finding missing butler and the missing. Was it your
Ladies'
maid? Lady's maid.
Yes. Oh, yes. Did you find her?
Well, we think we might have an idea, but we wanted to check with you about a few things first. For one, does your son uh, did he know her? Did she ever spend time with him, or the butler spend time with him?
My son? Victor?
Victor. Yes,
Victor.
Victor.
Victor is Victor. He will do what he does.
Which is what? What does he do?
Oh, I hides in his room, reading, experimenting.
Yeah, experiment. So about that, um, what are you aware of some of the experiments that he's attempting? Do you have you ever seen any of your or employees assisting with said experiments?
And not that I know of, no.
Okay. When when was the last time you saw your son?
Oh, a week maybe. He was at the festival. He has to be at the festivals.
What role does he play in the festivals?
He's participant in the festival. He's the son of the burgomaster. He has to be there. We all have to be there. All will be well.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
Children required. We heard about that. Yeah. So I have a maybe a less polite question for you. Your husband has imprisoned a man here and says that he attempted horrible things to you. I just wanted to see, was everything okay?
I suggest you be honest with us about these things, about your son and about Udo, and I cast suggestion on her.
Yes.
Does she get a save on that?
Yeah, they're.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, nat 20. She does not take your suggestion.
Whatever Vargas says goes.
I see.
Mm.
Okay. Well, hey, what can you tell us about what you're doing for the festival?
Oh, we are making a giant wicker sun. We will blaze in a holy fire. All will be well.
It sounds like it. The Holy Sun, is that a representation of the Morning Lord? Do you worship the Morning Lord?
Ah, yes, the morning. That is our Lord and Savior, yes.
Oh, that's very good. Okay. All right. Well, I feel that I have asked all of the questions that I have. Kaim? Anyone else?
Such lovely visitors. Lovely, lovely. Please
And
come
you're
again.
lovely as well.
All will be well. We
All will be well.
We will enjoy the festival. We will see you soon. Thank you for all your time.
You get the sense she's lost her mind from going along with this for so long.
I understand that.
Okay. We all feel that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something she's... Everyone hears there's something off
Okay.
with in one way, shape, or form.
Cool.
Are these people at the table? You said they're common folk. Are they just ordinary common folk, or
Yeah, they
Okay.
they live in the town.
There's nothing.
And
Okay.
you can tell by looking at them that they don't even know what the hell they're doing there. They're just sort of glad to have some tea and cake and to be
Okay.
sitting in a nice house, as opposed to what could possibly be the alternative of being in the stockade with the donkey head on.
Gotcha.
I guess we should break the news to the Meister we've discovered. I think Irina safe, other individuals released. Maybe we should just call this one a case closed.
What the hell?
I just randomly moved.
Sorry, there's a token I have there that I'm getting rid of, and I accidentally got you instead.
It was
Like you were on top of it.
Oh.
So I can't move you back. Oh well. Whatever. Anyway, sorry. Alright, so what you guys are gonna go back up and talk to Tom?
Let's convene in the foyer and speak before we speak with the Burgomaster.
So Tom, yes you may. I need you to roll a perception check though. Or I can do it for you.
One I can't do, yeah. I don't know why it's not on.
Sorry.
For me. It says passive, but that's it.
Well, passive is different than perception.
It says passive perception 12. I don't have just like a straight up.
Yeah, go above that in
Well,
the box where it says skills.
His is different
Or is
because
yours-
Oh, he's got a
never
different
mind.
sheet.
he's an
He doesn't have a
NPC.
character sheet. Well, never mind then. I take that back. Roll a d20 and see what comes up, and then add whatever number.
Oh yeah.
No. Sorry, Tom.
What was the
Okay.
son's name? Victor?
Victor.
Yeah.
Victor.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are going to go back up and talk to... Who's all going back up to talk to the Baron?
Well, we were convening in the foyer to figure out what we wanted to do.
Everyone's
Get our
meeting in the
story
foyer?
straight first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to speak about what we should tell him. Is this an NPC? Is this a guard? Is this a...
That's the maid. The maid awkwardly standing there going, what the hell? Why is everyone just in the foyer?
I walk up to her and offer her some honey whiskey and just say, "Keep on your work, ma'am."
She declines as she's working, but thanks you. And
Yeah, and then I take a swig of it.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to speak to the mate. Have you seen anything different in this house? Has anything happened that we may have missed, that you may have seen? You seem... In your line of work, you see things that most people would not see.
you mean the shoemaker dressed like a butler sneaking out the front door?
I go up.
Exactly, my dear. Is there anything else that's been going on? People are missing from your home, and we are trying to help. They could possibly be friends of yours.
No, I mean, outside of the shoemaker sneaking out dressed as a butler, that was pretty much the weirdest thing I've seen all day.
I go up to her and tell her to keep that to herself and not share that with anybody.
I flip her. I pocket 5 gold into her hand.
She hands it back and says, "Don't insult me. I wasn't going to say anything before."
Not trying to insult, just trying to take care of you, my dear.
I take care of myself.
Damn.
Noted.
Ooh.
She didn't want whiskey and she didn't want money. All she wants is maid things.
No, I don't think that's the case at all. I think
I'm completely out of feather dusters. Damn.
I was like, I look around. Sure, anybody got feathers? No.
No, no.
No.
all right.
Straw no here.
Anyways, I asked Irina.
Okay, guys.
Irina?
As I've already said, I feel we've got our safety. We've got Irina. We should just let the Burgomeister know that hey, sorry about your butler and your lady maid, but they were probably teleported and no longer exist.
I asked. Oh,
DM, before we go up and tell him, was there any? Did I have an inkling that there was any way that we could possibly take and also teleport to wherever he sent people from the finished glyphs on the ground?
They went nowhere. They went into oblivion immediately.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
They went. It was the teleport circle doesn't work. It's not finished. So instead of blasting you somewhere, it blasts you into dust.
Okay, thank you. I needed that clarification.
Okay.
I asked Irina if she would like to go back to the tavern while the others talk to the Burgomaster because she's had a rough day.
I would like to go on and see the children like we planned.
Me too. Do you wanna head over to the church then, Irina, and we'll wait for the others there?
Yes, that sounds wonderful. Thank you, Torbjorn.
Okay. I head out, and if she follows me, I'm gonna start heading towards the church.
I'm gonna stay right by Irina. Like, I'm basically escorting.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see the children.
I guess that leaves the three of us to go deliver the news to the Burgomeister.
Yep.
I've had enough of that house.
I think-
I'm gonna stay with Kosov.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's check in with Tom for the quest reward and call it a night because it's getting pretty late. If that's all right.
Sounds good.
All right. Quest reward.
Well, I mean, you successfully determined where his stuff was, right? Where his people are.
I guess we didn't recover him, but yeah.
All right, let's go talk to him.
All right. So once again, Tom, not all the party comes back, but three of them. Welly, Kaim, and Kosov enter once again.
I nudge
How are you all doing?
Kaim. I nudge Kaim and be like, say it the happiest way possible. That'll be the best thing for us.
My dearest Burgomaster, I think we may have solved your problem, and maybe a little sad news, but some happy news on the end of it. They are gone. Your son has experimented deeply with some magics that he didn't quite fully comprehend, and they have disappeared forever, but painless, one could assume.
And how did you come to this conclusion?
That's a great question.
I would tell him, but he can't hear me.
Sorry, Tom. You still can't hear Welly, can you? Okay, Welly, go ahead, and I will relay.
Oh no.
Well,
See, dear Burgomaster,
Really starting to wonder what's so amusing. I do like a good joke. Could you share it?
Burgomaster, I have a knack for finding the truth, and when I investigated the area, it seemed that he had not completely read all of his magic books correctly, and may have poofed some of your folk.
DM, do you want to translate?
So essentially, they found a teleportation circle in Victor's room in the Onyx that was incomplete, and it looked like he forced the two, the butler and the lady in waiting, to test it for him.
I have to say, that does sound like Victor.
All they are is dust in the wind, dude.
Oh, God.
We believe that he's still up there. We felt a presence in that room. We could not see him or find him, but we believe he is still here.
Oh, he'll be back for the festival, don't you worry. Oh, yes, so, well, I suppose that puts a cap on that then.
All is well.
All is well! Oh, goodness, you're going to be so much fun at this festival. So, I suppose you should get some kind of a reward of some kind. Is there anything that you, found along the way, or money, or would you like a key to the city? Anything, really. You just let me know.
A key to the city? What exactly would that entail, my friend?
The pomp and circumstance.
Oh, I do love a good pomp and circumstance.
Quite.
I would like a seal of the burgomaster to wear.
Probably host a big event during the festival, or I could hand you the key to Vallaki. Or, as I said, gold. I don't know, have you come across anything of interest in your travels that you perhaps would like instead of money? I really have quite a few things here that I have no need for.
Spell book.
Sorry. Is there a seal or some sort of notice or written letter that would help us maybe access certain areas of the city that, if we are investigating other things that might be going on, that could help us gain access without any extra trouble that you might deliver for us?
Quite, yes. I mean, that is essentially what the key would do. So, yes, if that is what you wish, then that is what you will have. You join me at the Festival of the Blazing Sun in a few days, and I will present you the key to Vallaki, and you can go wherever you please and search whatever you like.
Out of character, did anybody cast like detect magic or anything while we were running around this place?
Nope.
Did we find anything?
We only had one spell that was cast, and that was yours that failed.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I guess we had two,
Way
because
to
we had
bring
two
that up.
upstairs.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of detect magic, so.
Did anybody...
Or,
here's a question. Did anybody
Wendy's question
take
in
the book
chat
from
there.
upstairs?
Yes, you may wear my mark wherever you please. It would make me very, very happy.
I have a strange
Did any...
request. Can we take one of what's Isaac's dolls?
I don't see why not, but you may have to ask these. I don't believe I can give away someone else's stuff.
Oh, forgive me. I thought he worked for you and did what you wanted.
Oh.
And we were getting along so well.
Isaac is in the room with the burgomaster.
Isaac, what do you think we should do about this? I'm starting to feel a little, I don't know, unwelcome.
Can I smash boss?
Let me think for a second.
We meant no offense, truly.
I roll a d20 to dance, make everyone happy.
You seem very nice. I do like you a lot. In fact, I was debating offering you the spell book that you found up in the attic. Thought that might come in useful at some point in your journey. But this gentleman over here really has got my ire up. And I do feel like I may have to dish out a little bit of punishment. If I gave you the spell book, would you let me dish out a little bit of punishment to Kosef here?
Yes.
You're not there.
Yeah.
It's embodied voices. It must be Tuesday.
Well, my dear Kosef, Do you mind getting smashed? And not in the Torbjorn way.
Don't worry, I won't kill him. I'm just going to put him in the stockades for a little while. Cool him down some. Calm the tongue.
He truly meant no offense. We are just trying to solve another mystery that is going on in this town.
Sorry, can't Kosef speak for himself?
I would say, the doll was meant for a gift for the children that we saved from the windmill. Another issue of yours that we solved. I certainly didn't mean disrespect. I had assumed that your word was the word I needed, not your servants, and I'd be more than happy to ask him for his permission.
I see. You know what? All will be well. It's quite all right. You won't have to go to the stockade this time. And yes, you can take one of Isaac's silly dolls.
Boss.
What do you wish? Just the doll?
That's all I
Are you all wanting a different reward each, or?
Isaac grips his axe tightly in anger.
Isaac, if it's an issue, we can just ask the toy maker to make another one for us. We do not mean to upset you.
Yeah. Forgive me again, Burgermeister. I misunderstood you and thought you were offering additional, not singular.
Quite all right. It's quite all right. Don't bother your tongue. All will be well. Yes. Isaac, calm down. We will have them have one of your dolls. You will be just fine. We will make you another one next week. And as for you, KM, do you wish to have the key, or do you wish to have the spellbook?
A DM question. I, as a player, don't know what kind of value that spellbook would have to us as a party. I don't know how it works in game to learn spells. Is that something that would just be top notch kind of a thing?
That would only really be full if we were a wizard, pretty much. So you could sell it for a good amount of money, but not here, not.
So I, as a character, I would know that it really wouldn't help our party as it sits now.
Outside of monetarily, no.
Okay, cool. I will convey that information to Kosef and Welly and suggest that we take the key. See if. What do you guys think? We should.
Key sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Well, my dear Burgomaster, all would be well with the key. We would love to represent you and your name and your town and help things become more well as we pass through.
Goodness, you do make my heart sing. Yes, absolutely. And young Welly, you may have to relay. For some reason, I can't quite hear you, but is there anything that you would desire?
Just a mark to wear on my back so people know that we walk the grounds for you.
Just a mark that she can wear so that people know that we walk the ground for you.
Oh my goodness. You people. You do know how to make a Burgomaster happy. Okay.
I don't.
Yes, this is wonderful. This is all will be well. This will be the best festival we've had for the entirety of the year. I can see it now. Yes, a doll for you, a mark for you, a key for you, and where is everybody else?
Oh, I do believe that they're just downstairs in your foyer. It's a beautiful home. Admiring your artwork, I'm sure. It's one thing I've loved walking through and just seeing your beautiful art.
Before you go, Isaac, have you noticed anything strange around here lately? You seem tense still. Is it still the doll thing? Is there something else?
No, boss.
Very well then. Off with you. I'll see you in a few days.
We bid you good day. Thank you, my dear sir. exit.
Isaac
please.
storms out and stands at the door of his room, daring anybody to enter to try and take a doll.
Okay, I guess that's not gonna work.
Of course, if I do believe we can just have the toy maker make another one, it might not be worth getting smashed.
Well, if we didn't have to pay for one, I thought the Myrtle might appreciate it.
I was hoping to visit the toy master anyway before we head to see the children, to purchase a few toys for them just to begin with, just to calm their nerves from their horrific journey they have ensued so far.
We should probably catch up with everybody else then.
Downstairs we go.
Okay. With that, I think we should probably call it here. Yeah. Good job,
Awesome.
everybody. Cool.
That was awesome. Tom,
Thank you,
dude.
Tom.
Dude.
Special thanks to Tom for his special guest.
I want
And
more, Burgomeister.
Hopefully we can get him to come back, since we didn't get as far as I had hoped.
I haven't had my festival yet.
Yeah, the festival's gonna happen.
We gotta
Yes.
pay those bones before the festival.
Don't worry, all will be well.
Yeah, it's still 10 a.m. and you still have 2 whole
Yeah.
days left.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was a interesting evening. I feel like this was just a giant game of Clue the whole time.
Yeah.
Was it Colonel Custard with the wrench in the dining room? We still don't know. I mean, I guess we solved.
We did
the
something
mystery
a
of what
little
happened.
different tonight. Variety is
Yeah.
the spice of life, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't the butler.
it was not the butler. The butler is dead.
Yep.
But again, as we said earlier, thank you to Tom for hanging out. He will probably be back because
I'm
we
here
got
as
more
long as
with
you
him
know.
in his town. Yeah, in his town. So, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Again, if you want to get some pops from Pop in a Box, you can use the code saved-R1 to save 20% on your first order. As well as you can get the easy roller dice if you use bit.ly.saveddice. I'm going to eventually put the links in chat, but I haven't got those done yet because it's a list of things I got to do tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. It was a wonderful evening. It was a lot of brain work, and my brain hurts now. But thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, happy adventuring. Bye!
Welcome. Or not? What are we saying?
Happy adventuring.
Happy adventuring.
Yeah, what's our-
Bye!